Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream with a new professional look, but with the same unprofessional streamer guy. True Seed, hello. Diego, Christian, Daniel, good to see you all. Hope you're having a great night. That was a brand new, cool looking splash screen there, and then we're moving on to one of the most unimpressive looking NES games. So, strap in for this one, oh boy. But let's see what we got going on here. But yeah, Diego, welcome. Welcome everybody. Star Tropics, it was indeed Star Tropics themed, yes. I wanted the new starting soon screen, and I love pixel art like that. Pixel scenery art is like super nice, so I scoured the internet for like a whole 15 seconds, and I wasn't able to find anything that I liked, so I just freaking commissioned something. And it came out super, super well. The general idea was mine, but I actually managed to somehow convey it to the artist in a fairly decent way, and they took that idea and they absolutely destroyed it in like a good way. They killed it. That's the classic word. Probably totally demonetized just for saying that now, but they did an amazing job, and they are linked down in the description for all of you to be able to go get your own really cool pixel art. Exactly, True Seed. And then music's of course from Super Mario Brothers CD. I asked them, I'm like, hey, I'm using this for my stream. And they're like, okay, cool deal. So yeah, Mario CD, of course, a great game as well. But yeah, this is one of those games that made people think video games would break the TV. When you mean Sky Kid, True Seed? It's funny because who talks about this game, really? Who knows anything about Sky Kid? And yet this game, from what I've played of it the last few days, is even more difficult than Silver Surfer. It's like, look at this, how is this difficult? But you'll see. Derek, whoa, with the $4.99 super chat, haven't even pressed the button yet. Hippo character with stars growing in his eyes, pumping his arms in the air with the word hype pulsating above him. Hello, Derek, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Hopefully, the thing kicks in any second now, but thank you so much. Really, really means a lot, and hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. So, I'm ready for this. I've been trying this for the last few days. It's a game that wears you out quick, and again, you will see why. The longer you've played, it's like the worse things get, but I'm gonna push through. We are going to beat this tonight. That's my goal. Fire up Rocky and Bullwinkle, and your parents would definitely buy you a TV to play NES on. Oh, that game's terrible. Yeah, it doesn't even look like an NES game. It's a 5-screw, so that just tells you how old it is. But okay, maybe we'll actually get started here. Just wait until you hear the music that plays in like every single level non-stop. You're gonna love it. In fact, this is definitely one of the few games that has given me a headache. I've talked about Kiwi Craze in the past, that just being like all the same color all the time. This game is just like that bright, if you can even call that blue background, like 98% of the time. And staring at that for hours will totally destroy your face. But enough complaining. Let's actually play some games. I think it's funny that it describes the sticker. Okie dokie. But again, so Derek, yeah, where's the thing that's supposed to come up and be like, yeah, you did it? Like, I don't get why that doesn't come up. It's weird, like, the alerts are definitely on. It's just really slow. I gotta email them and find out why, but it should pop up any minute. But thank you again, Derek. Really hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. And let's go, everyone. So, I feel like there's not much to describe in regards to this game, and yet there's so much we have to talk about. You play as the weakest, like just worst character ever. Like, look how slow he is. You can't even like move backwards. This is the only weapon you get, a freaking like little pea shooter versus the world. Now, the one thing you do get sometimes is you can pick up a missile. You probably heard that dinging on the screen. Let me know how the audio sounds. Hopefully you can all hear what's going on. Hopefully you can hear the great soundtrack that's going to repeat like 40 billion times. You pick up the rocket and you can drop it on top of targets like that. And you'll get 1,000 points initially for hitting dead on, but you'll get 10,000 bonus points for each target that you hit at the end of the level, which is really nice. That's level 1. That is like the super shortest level you will ever see. By the end, levels are going on for like 2-3 minutes. It is absolutely insane. Okay, that's everything I could explain in the first level right there. Hack and Quack, and thank you. And using Mario CD music for your own intro. Yeah, it's just so nice, Hack and Quack, and thank you. Hope you're having a great night. Oh, NES, Pat the NES Punk reviewed this one. I was gonna say, it's one of those games that I'm surprised hasn't gotten more reviews. Okay, so now it's time to start introducing the other thing about this game. That's if you press the B button. So the A button is just the most basic weapon you'll ever see in your life, where the B button does a flip, and you can do 3 different kinds of flips. Pressing nothing, or left and right, will do a flip that lands you right back pretty much where you started. Holding up while you press B will do a flip upwards, and holding down while you press B, you'll do a flip to the downwards a bit. And that's it. That is your maneuverability for this game. Because good luck dodging anything with how slow you move otherwise. But yeah, there's no power-ups. Like, you never get a stronger weapon than this. You kind of get multiple hits, and we'll talk about that again. Oh, he touched that! And again, if I touch that ground, I'm dead, so... but one bad thing about having the missile in your possession is that you can't press B to flip. So it takes away, like, your one ability to dodge anything when you're carrying that missile. It makes you extremely vulnerable, unless you decide to just drop it early, get it out of the way, and then you can start dodging again. But you miss out on the chance for those bonus points. And you want points because at 30,000 we get a 1-up. At 80,000 we get a 1-up. And we get an extra life for every 80,000 after that. So 160,000... 240,000, 320,000, 400,000. When you see the blue girls here, if you flip above them, their hearts come out, and then you get 1,000 points for each of those at the end of the stage. So yeah, that's why you want to go out of your way for points in this game, is because they will eventually convert into extra lives. These guys that kind of hang in the sky, if you shoot either the parachute and then hit the falling bomb, or if you hit the bomb and then shoot the floating away parachute, you get 500 points for that. But here you go, let's pick up this missile again. Let's see if we can get another direct target hit here for some more early bonus points. 26 levels in all. And again, it doesn't sound like too much, especially considering it doesn't seem like it's been too difficult so far. But just you wait until we get about halfway through the game and the difficulty really kicks up a notch, and there's no continue, so every time you game over, it's time to play the whole game over again. And one run through the game seems to take about 45 minutes. I've made it to level 26. But the problem is that level 26 ends in a different way than every other level. We're right here, we're kind of just landing on this runway, no big deal. But I didn't know that level 26 ends in a different way, and if you don't know that, you die, and then that was it, my whole run was over. So we're going to try and get back there again. I think I have figured out this game enough that hopefully we have a system and we can get it done. But remember, as the night goes on, I'm probably going to get more worn out. So let's hope for, like, Silver Surfer, a good run early on. It sounds like but it's the video game, says Daniel. Yeah, the sound effects and, again, the same soundtrack over and over again. You almost always watch on the TV. Don't contribute to the chat, Derek, but I love the stream so much you had to sneak in your phone in. And I really, really appreciate that, Derek. Thank you. It means a lot. And I don't think it ever popped up. What the heck? What the heck, Streamlabs? Why did it never pop up on the stream? I'm really sorry about that. I don't know if there's a setting, because I even went in there and it's like there should be no delay from when the super chat happens to when it shows up. It just might randomly show up in like 20 minutes or something. Maybe I'll have to send them an email, because that's unacceptable. That when things happen, they don't just show up on the stream right away. But again, Derek, it's actually, can I go and give that a heart? I don't know what the heart does. If I scroll back up here, no, you said hype. I can't give that one a heart for some reason. But again, thank you, Derek. And of course, for the membership as well, that really means a lot. To everyone who signed up for the memberships, hope you're enjoying the emojis and the badges and such. And just, yeah, it really means a lot that people are enjoying the streams. I hope we can pull out a winning run. So level 4 is the first level that kind of has a nasty moment that's tripped me up a few times. And you'll notice in this game, a lot of enemies attack from behind. And considering how slow and how weak you are, it's really tough to deal with all the stuff that starts coming from behind, especially in the later levels. One thing that's really nasty is when you get these high up cliffs. Because, enemies are coming from the front, as you can already see. It's tough sneaking up there, because if you touch any of that while you're dead, plus there's going to be a plane below the one in behind as well, so we have to destroy that one, otherwise it will shoot us, and we'll be dead. So what happened right there is I took a hit, accidentally dropped the bomb as a result. If you take a hit, you can mash the A and B buttons. So basically, if you take a hit, you'll enter a tailspin. And if you mash the A and B buttons at that point, you can save yourself. But the more hits you take in a level, the more unlikely it is that your mashing is going to do anything. It becomes harder and harder to get out of that tailspin. So that wears you out too. It's just all the mashing you're going to have to do to save yourself from those tailspins. And naturally, if you're in that tailspin and you hit the water, you hit any kind of obstacles, you're dead. And getting hit by like another bullet while you're already in the tailspin makes it even more difficult to get out of. So, ugh. I mean, it could be even worse. I guess it could be like a one-hit death, but it's rough. It's really rough. The game was designed by recruitment for the Japanese Defense Forces, says True Seed. I think heart is engagement. Fly the heroic mission, get the girl, says True Seed. Island hopping, and like it's an interesting enough game, but it's pretty rough. It took me a lot of practice to even get as good as we already are here. So one of the worst things about this game is the freaking explosions. By the end, just everything's exploding. Those guys down there launch bombs, and they kind of split into those 4 explosions, and naturally touch any of those. You're entering tailspin mode. This kind of number I'm flying over right now is the level number, so level 5. And as you can see, our score up there, our lives. I think you can do 2 players simultaneous play for this one. Does it count as beating a game if I do it co-op with someone? So I can imagine co-op would probably be a bit easier. Someone would have to learn how to, all the ins and outs of the game too. Unless I called over someone else who's also beaten it. But yeah, it's funny how you just never hear about this game compared to like Silver Surfer that everyone says is so difficult, and yet that one was like not that bad. And yet this one I've been playing for a few days now, and I've been creeping closer and closer to the end. And now that I kind of think we're almost there, that's when I thought it'd be a good point to share it with you. But yeah, there's been some bad runs earlier in the week. There you go, that's another 10,000 points. Again, 80,000 is our next one up, so we want to hit that. And yeah, I hope it doesn't take too many tries, because I'm going to run out of things to say about this game really quick. But I think I've done a pretty good job so far of explaining just how it works. And hopefully you can kind of see, enemies appearing from behind, and they can flip too. So, how fair is that? Like, good luck freaking, beating all these guys and not having them shoot you and send you into tailspins. Hey, it's the Statue of Liberty, just like in the middle of the ground somewhere, not even in the middle of the water as it's supposed to be. And there you go. So you can just kind of sneak under these guys now, and level 5 complete. Joseph, a tree at the end of the runway. So as long as you touch the runway, when I first started, you see how you do like a little hop after you hit the runway? Thankfully, as soon as you touch the runway, nothing matters. Like, you can hop into those trees and it's totally fine, but yeah, I was worried about that at the start. YS Bunny! This game is on Namco Museum Archives Volume 1. I'm so sorry to anyone who had to play that. You think it counts, Daniels? Alright, we should be doing co-op then. Francisco, hello! Thanks for the wave there. Good evening. Oh, Afflicted! Oh yeah, Tailspin. Wrong game. So I don't know really anything about Tailspin on the NES, other than that it's another Capcom licensed game. How does it hold up compared to all of other, all the other Capcom licensed games? Not really one you hear many people talking about much. Of course, I've already beat like the Chippendale games, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. They're hit and miss. I feel like Konami's licensed games have more consistency. I loved Lone Ranger. I loved Goonies 2. I loved Bucky. I almost said Buck Rogers. Bucky O'Hare. Konami knew how to make a good licensed game, and of course, Capcom did too. I found that Capcom tended to be like shorter and easier though. Little Nemo, we streamed that. Little Nemo and Little Mermaid, we did like a double stream on that one. It's kind of a funny night. All right, give me those points. There we go. So yeah, level 6. Again, as I mentioned, it takes like 45-ish minutes to get to the last level. So it really sucks if you have to replay the whole thing, which, again, like if we get like a first run win on this, it'll be a miracle. So buckle up, everyone. Hope you've got projects to work on the side. Because, yeah, as you can see, it's a very repetitive game. Same stage looking likeness, same music, same everything. Oh, I was sure I was actually going to miss that direct target. Is if you have to hit the center of it. There's like, you might have seen... No! No, not already! I can't lose lives already! No. Okay. Alright, this is getting serious now. We gotta save all those lives for like level 20. Level 20 is where runs are made, or they die. And you gotta take like all your lives into that. There's no reason to be losing lives on level 6. I'm getting too fancy now. Which is why as the game goes on, I stopped doing things like grabbing the rocket and dropping them on target. So there's a lot of lost points there. But it just puts yourself in these ridiculously risky situations that it's not worth it. Because naturally, you know, the closer you stay to the top of the screen, the more chance you have of getting out of that tailspin. It's like, just don't even freaking go down there. One funny thing is that if you take a hit and you land on the runway that way, it still counts as a win. Don't worry, I've got all the tricks figured out. Kind of gets a bad rap, but you thought it was okay-ish, says Afflicted. Let's see. Tailspin had a deep impact on you, child, in a very personal way. It's been amusing how this stole Namco Famicom game to be published on the NES by Sunsoft. Yeah, there's a few of those. And then we saw, like, you know, Rolling Thunder. It was a Namco game, Namcot game. And they went with Tengen on that one. So Namco is just so weird when it comes to the NES. And it wasn't until, like, way later into the NES's life that they actually published some games themselves, like Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man. But yeah, funky stuff going on earlier in the console's life for sure. So if you want to play more Namco games, definitely become a Famicom collector. You get like all the, you know, Megami Tenseis over there. Whole bunch of crazy stuff from Namco that we never got in the West. And then yeah, the ones we did get, you know, are usually like published under other companies, so you wouldn't even know it. But alright, level 7. So level 7 introduces the ice biome. So we gotta pick up the missile here. Get this guy up here. And the kind of bases that you have to drop the bomb on are in like the skies sometimes in the ice biomes. Like we can drop it on this. It's like, what? You didn't know that was a base? Now you do. If you do a flip on top of the Pac-Man signs, you can either get a 1,000-point medal or a bomb shows up and has the potential to kill you. So I just don't take the chance for 1,000 points usually. Also, you can like shoot things to turn them into other things. I don't think that really does anything. There you go. Okay. So that's going to be for like a nice 20,000 points at the end here. And yeah, otherwise just keep mashing that button. Another game with no rapid fire. You gotta press A every single time. Oh yeah, like the freaking Thundercats are here as well. But you can fly over them, so they're not that big of a deal. But if you get hit by the thunder, it's like any other projectile you get hit by. You can try to save it out of the tailspin. Again, you can shoot them too. Like, that does nothing, but you can do it. And there you go. But yeah, tailspin, that'll be an interesting one to get to. The golden block! I love it when Sky Kid said it's Sky Kid time, and Sky Kid's all over the place. Just the whole game, really. Am I streaming Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That's like way in the future. We still got like 60 more games that start with the letter S to beat. I would think we'll probably stream that one though, because why not? Alright everybody! Every 8th stage is a target shooting stage. Shoot as many as you can to get bonus points, which naturally convert into extra lives eventually, so never hurts to hit as many of those as possible. It's the same stage every time, so as you can see, I've got it pretty well memorized. And there you go. It's like good for like 20,000 points. If you hit every target, it should give you a 1-up, so I'm really salty about that. But it is what it is. Joseph, that's a Baron. That's true. That's true. I mean, we did get an extra life because we went over 16,000, but sometimes it was Tengen, sometimes... Oh, so here's the thing about taking off, too, is I have to hold up and right every time the level starts. There have been some times when, you know, it gets late into the night, I'm not paying as much attention as I used to. The level will start, and because I'm not holding up and right, you don't take off and run right into the tree in front of you. So, you know, the game is just sneaky in, like, so many different ways. But look again, get those, okay, so here's something that starts happening with level 9. You know, we've passed the first bonus game now. Things are getting serious. In level 9, you get these, like, rocket bomb planes that come at you. If you are in the back half of the screen, when I first played it, I didn't make that connection. See, I'm kind of back here, so they keep spawning. But if you're underneath the score, you know, don't go further back than that. They won't spawn. But see, I go back here, and unless I'm a liar, you'll see they start spawning again. Now, I don't know why I would take such a risk and, you know, do that. But see, like, you want to get kind of up here, and then they don't spawn again. So, you know, your natural instinct in the game like this is going to be, I want to be as far back on the screen as possible, kind of give me a chance to look at the things that are coming. But then those rocket bomb guys start spawning, and the nice thing is if you defeat them, they give you 500 points each, and you can, you know, defeat quite a few of those guys and rack up some points that way. But it's not worth the extra obstacles on screen, so get into that front half and, you know, try not to have those guys spawn. I'm going to try and bounce into the trees for all you. There you go! Was I talking about Mega 10? Diego. Was I? I don't know. But you can't fit in the plane, Joseph. Your sprite would have to be another 16 pixels tall. Am I going to use the phone while streaming Roger Rabbit? I thought about calling that that Bart Simpson number we looked at in the last stream. Thought that would be kind of funny. Like, again, 1-900 numbers, I don't even know if they're in service anymore. Or they're all, like, things that we probably shouldn't talk about. I thought I heard at some point that that they got rid of 1-900 numbers. Because, they weren't really in use anymore. See, I'm gonna try and go down and get this bomb. It better not bite me. See, like, instantly. Instant freaking hit by something else. Because you can't flip when you're holding the bomb. So see, now I'm under the score, so the guy's not spawning. So it's funny, again, your natural instinct in the shooter is usually to kind of stay at the back of the screen, which is another weird thing about this game is that it scrolls from right to left. How many shoot-'em-ups scroll from freaking right to left? Usually it's left to right. My favorite shmups typically scroll from down to up, personally. But the horizontal ones can be fun too. But yeah, this game just does everything wrong, going from right to left as well. And yeah, it's beneficial to stay near the front, and that becomes my strategy as we get into the later levels, is just to kind of stay right at the front and spam the shoot button and pray. So we'll see how that works for us. We're at level 10, almost halfway there. Again, though, there's a lot of things that haven't even been introduced yet that are going to be really annoying. Level 14 is the first one that really kind of makes me cry. There was no excuse for a death to this point. This hasn't been that hard. Kind of messing around, but yeah, level 14 is the level where I've had runs break because of just poor playing at one particular part, which is in all fairness kind of tough. But so this is what people are talking about when they mention Spy Kids. I guess it was after my time. I saw the first and third Spy Kids in theaters. I still have the 3D glasses that I got from seeing the third one. I don't know why I didn't see the second one. I don't know what the heck I was up to then, but yeah, they were kind of funky movies back in the day. So see, like, there's those rockets spawning. And again, if you're already in that tailspin and you get hit by like another bullet on the way down, it's essentially a death sentence. You don't want to get hit twice. This thing is like a flying spaceship thing. Can't do nothing about that. And now they give us the bomb. Which again, another horrible thing about the bomb is you have to go like right to the bottom of the screen to grab it. And that just makes you super, super vulnerable. That sign works the same way as the Pac-Man one. Not sure who that's supposed to be. But you can kind of do a flip over it to try and get some extra points if you dare. So I've been carrying this bomb for like a really long freaking time. There's the factory or whatever. Should I do it? Should I do it? It's the medal! Okay, we did not die somehow. They used to say ridiculous things. Oh no, Trucy. Oh. You heard about the game from a buddy. Oh. Colzilla, welcome. Can't remember his name as something. Welcome. I see. Hope you're having a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by in the chat. Don't you forget about me, Cole, don't you? Yeah, I really appreciate everyone checking out the stream tonight. Again, it's not a game with much variety, so I appreciate people sticking around. Honestly, through most of my runs in this game, kind of turn the volume down, watch like YouTube in the background or something. Maybe that's why I wasn't beating it. I was distracted by YouTube. But this is just one of those games where with the same music on and on and on and the same kind of look, it could drive you crazy real quick. So I'm not even going to try going down there and grabbing those. We're going across the pyramids now, though, everyone. Really traveling around the world in this game. But yeah, level 12. Level 12, I know I've died a couple times on before. There's like some point where you can get kind of messed up. But yeah, 14 is definitely where I feel like the game steps it up a notch. Like 14 and 20. I think 18 has a part that I don't like as well. Yeah, 20 and 21. 22 and 23 aren't that bad. 24 is another target shooting stage, and then 25 and 26 can get lost. But we shall see. We should see what we can do. Again, 12 not too bad. Big Phil, I've had more trouble with this game than Silver Surfer. And I don't know, maybe I'm making it look easy or something. It takes practice. Just because you're so slow, you're so weak, and you get no continues. So that's the thing. You get further into it, and before you learn the levels, it's like easy to make a lot of mistakes, and then you don't really have much chance to practice. So you gotta just play the game over and over again to learn it. But I'm hoping that tonight, I'm prepared to play for a good few hours. We can pull off a winning run. But again, there's no rapid fire, so the more I play, the more worn out we're getting. Especially with how much you have to mash to kind of take yourself out of that tailspin. It's really annoying. But yeah, level 13. I don't think there's anything too weird about level 13. And yes, 26 in total. So we gotta see if we can do that. And see why, staying at the front of the screen, you get to avoid most of the explosions and stuff in the sky. Oh, so if we had taken the bomb, we could have dropped it on top of this guy and defeated him. So sometimes you'll even get, like, flying enemies. But again, I haven't been taking the bombs too much because why risk going so low on the screen? You can stay up here and be relatively safe. Like, you can even go behind the HUD. That's how serious this game is. Like, do I want to risk getting this guy? Maybe. Uh-oh, let's see if I can do it. Oh, but you have to get it, like, right on the freaking dot on top. Which is really, really tough if it's moving. Ooh. And I'm too far back, so the missile guys are coming again. Alright! Whoa, whoa, get out of here. How many levels, Joseph? Yeah, 26 levels. NES Sky Kid. Sky Kid's for the Intellivision Amico True Seed. Yeah, it's true. You could interpret it as like you're being the bad guy in this game. You're just trying to save the world. Like, I think that was supposed to be like a spaceship. Aliens are taking over. Is there any NES game where aliens haven't taken over? If there is, I haven't seen it. But yeah, so 14 has a really, really nasty part at the end where enemies come from behind, but you're forced to go into like a little alcove at the top like this one. So you don't have any chance to go back and defeat the enemies before the kind of passageway comes up, and then they're shooting at you from behind, and of course if they shoot you while you're going above that cliff, the tailspin will essentially send you immediately into the cliff. So I feel like there's some luck required with that part, or if there is a strategy, I have not yet discovered it. But otherwise, just kind of blasting away. That's what we do in this game. But yeah, as mentioned earlier, this is one of the only NES games that really gives me a headache the more I play it. You're just staring at this bright screen the whole time with like no variation, pretty much. All the button mashing doesn't help combine. It's just everything combined, I feel, about this game is made to torture you. I'll be sure to let you know when that part I'm talking about comes up. Again, audio level's good. I bet people mentioned, the only thing that sounds bad is just the natural game audio itself, which, fair enough. I mean, the music could be worse. I find I play better when a game has a good soundtrack. I think that probably contributed to how we beat Silver Surfer so quick. Oh man, I could listen to that track all day. Like, again, I think it was like the same track in every level, but dang, was it a good one. Okay, so it should be like after the next fortress, I think. Yeah, if we can get past level 14 with a lot of lives, that will bode well until 20. Okay, so see how there's the planes coming, right? From behind? Is this it? Is this the part? No, it might even still be coming up. Okay, so yeah, this... Okay. I think that was the tough part. Which actually, for some reason, that time didn't seem like as tough as it normally is. Okay. Don't expect it to go so smoothly every time if we have to replay that. But you can see how there was planes coming from behind. So I had to defeat them quick enough to then also be able to go over the cliff, and then the kind of missile guy. Because that's the problem too. If enemies come from behind, you have to fall back to try and defeat them. But as you fall back to that, back portion of the screen, the missile guy starts coming from the front, so there's just nothing you can do to, make yourself safe in that situation. Alright, fly over this guy. Like, it doesn't look like you should be able to fit over top of him, but you can. Don't even deal with those thunderbolts. What do we got going on here? Would you rather play this or Bartman Meets Radioactive Man? I love shmups and I love platformers, so it's, you know, either genre I don't mind having to, you know, play over and over again if I, you know, like has like no continues or something. In this case, this game's probably more fun than Bartman meets Radioactive Man, honestly. You know, there's just the weird way that falling worked, where sometimes if you fell, you'd die, sometimes you wouldn't, and the terrible controls. So I'd probably rather play Sky Kid than Bartman meets Radioactive Man, even if this game is taking me much longer to beat. Oh yeah, how about that flashing screen when the thunder's going on, everybody? You thought you didn't have a headache before. Enjoy that. That definitely ranks up there as one of the most seizure-tastic moments I've encountered in NES games. But alright, 15. Like, there's just some levels that are not a problem, and then other ones that have, like, really nasty parts. Coldzilla. Anything but Bartman, right? I was even thinking, you know, but Bart versus the World wasn't horrible. Apparently, if you get all of the super-duper crusty items, there is, like, a bonus level at the end. So I'm definitely going to go back someday and collect all of those. And we'll get to see the super secret bonus level that you only get to see if you found all of Krusty's crappy merchandise. Oh, yeah. Don't accidentally hit the cliff. But we need the bonus points. We're up to 6 lives, everyone. Never hurts to have 6 lives. Okay, we're not going to get every target. You don't even have to get, like, every single one to get the 20,000 bonus. I don't think there's any more bonus than that. I've never seen it anyway. We got every target in the first level that was only 20,000. Coldzilla! Oh, hope everything's good. The Simpsons sing the blues? Simpsons Blues Brothers crossover, let's do it. I've talked about Blues Brothers if anyone's seen that video. Yeah, ouch the eyes, exactly. Exactly, Daniel. Do the Bartman if you can. Used to listen to that on like the old Walkman. This is the one level, the one and only level that starts during nighttime. So enjoy a nice rest to your eyes momentarily with a black background instead of like a bright white background. But if we do a flip on the moon, it switches from night to day, just like you might have seen a couple instances where I flipped over the sun and it switches the time of day. You get 1,000 points for that. That only occurs in like a few select levels. And, you know, in this case, we could change it to day if we want. But the moon is so low down. Like, I'm not going to go down there for a freaking 1,000 points. I like the nighttime more anyway. Reminds me of, like, 3-1 in Super Mario Brothers. The night levels in Mario were always interesting. You know, when the Japanese Mario 2 gets all creative, and instead of World 3 being the nighttime one, they change it to World 2. Whoever thought of that idea should be given a raise. But alright, level 17, again. This isn't too bad. Level 18 is where I'll probably start to cry. And level 20 is just like, we're not going to talk about level 20. Oh, big cliff time. Alright. Here we go. Alright. Monterey Sharp, you never got this far in the game, right? It's pretty crazy. Brushed it off, closed it. Well, that's good. That you can do that. This game is already giving you a headache, hacking, whacking, right? Like, I've had a headache, you know, like almost every single day since I started playing it, so I really want to get it done so I can go back to having days without headaches. Okay, so this level sucks. There's a lot of tall buildings and a lot of things that can send you into a tailspin. And naturally, if that happens when you're over the buildings, it's pretty much guaranteed death. So let's not have that happen. So this is kind of the part of the game where I've developed the strategy where I just kind of stay at the top corner and I mash. We'll see if this works. Like, yeah, you might get hit from time to time, but I find that by staying at the front, it stops a lot of the bombs that come up from the bottom from hitting you. And if you can, like, get the planes to do a backflip, they end up on a lower level. Sometimes if a plane does a backflip and it's at the top of the screen, it will just despawn. So that's good. But yeah, this is the part of the game where we start employing strategy wimp Strategy sucks at video games. No, strategy cheap. And we just kind of, you know, hang around up here and try not to deal with as much of the level as possible. So let's see how this is gonna go. The worst of this part of this level is yet to come, though. The thing that killed me quite a few times in practice, you know, in previous runs, where there's a lot of buildings again, and there's going to be two big planes that come. One that's a little bit lower than you, so I can defeat this guy, and then the higher one. We're like, no, see? Ah, okay, my strategy failed. I should have gone back a bit to try and get him earlier, I guess. But yeah, see how the top one comes too, and that's messed me up a few times. But okay, maybe we won't stay right at the front next time. But yeah, that's the thing about this game. I usually try to find a strategy that's like fail-proof, that gets you through, you know, unquestionably every time. But this one has just been hard to find something that consistently works. Even though the levels are like, you know, it's pretty consistent how they run. The enemies kind of show up in the same places as I've been pointing out, and yet it still feels like there's parts that are kind of up in the air every time I play. Alright, we made it through that time. I predicted that 18 would be a little bit of trouble. There we go. J.D. Aster, the arcade game ends in a looping stage 21. So yeah, I've heard, I think that's... I mean, this game loops around forever as well. But there is a way to get an ending in level 26. I had to look it up because I made it to the end of level 26. And it doesn't have a runway at the end, so I'm like, what the heck, is that it? But no, if you defeat the enemy at the end of level 26, it will say, like, good ending. So, I guess that's what's considered beating the game, unless someone wants to tell me that. You know, if I died at the end of level 26, does that still count as a win? Can I just turn the game off right now? But I don't think that's probably true. So, anyway, we're working our way there. We got 5 lives and level 19 now. Wow, we got 100 messages today. But great to hear from you, JD Aster64. Hope you're having a great night. We got Rixor12. How many stages is this? Don't remember if the arcade... Yeah, so again, this version has like a mini ending thing in 26 if we can. Get that. Yeah, JD Aster has done like some awesome Mario and Luigi stuff. Has a really great website where he talks about different Paper Mario facts and stuff, just really interesting things, and I'm sure JD Aster's no doubt hyped about Paper Mario next month. HD remake, that will be cool. The second one. Okay, so yeah, level 19. I shouldn't die on level 19, but why did I just say that? Why the heck did I just say that? That's the kiss of death. Saying something silly like that. Okay. I think this is the end, though. It's not a very long level. Again, levels kind of vary in length and difficulty, but here it is, everyone. Level 20. This is like one of the longest, most difficult levels in the game. And it introduces a brand new obstacle that I hate. It sucks. You hate NES games that loop. No sense of accomplishment for beating the game. Fine for arcade, but not for consoles. Yeah, again, this is a 5-screw early released NES game. And naturally, you know, a lot of the earlier ones are kind of like that. Before they really kind of figured out how to make console games different from the arcade ones. But alright, let's see if I can just kind of hang out in the top. So there's one reason that hanging out in the top is really good for this, because that new obstacle I mentioned that's introduced in these levels. I feel like if I'm in the front, I can avoid it easier. So yeah, volcanoes now, plus more screen flashing, because I know everyone loved it the last time that happened. They just kind of spew chunks all over the place, and good luck freaking not being hit by them. Like, there's no really good timing to go between the chunks or anything like that. You don't move fast enough to strategically plan when you're gonna pass by. So I find I've had the best luck just staying at the top left, praying that first shot doesn't hit you. Because if it does, it's really tough to survive it. I actually got really lucky there, just being hit by something. And yeah, there's gonna be multiple volcanoes now from now on. In this level and the next one. Then the volcanoes take a break for levels 22 and 23, but they come back for 25. And of course, you know, combine the volcanoes with like planes attacking you from behind, and it's a recipe for a nutritious breakfast right there. So I think there's probably volcanoes coming up now? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, now there are, for sure. See? Oh, okay. When I see the two blue girls, I should actually move back. Another thing you can do is, if you know the volcanoes are coming, is try to wait for the first shot to pass, and then try and get by it. But again, you don't move fast enough to reliably protect yourself from the chunks. But we got 4 lives, though. We got 4 lives. 6 levels left, and 4 lives to do it. Alright, so we got the... So, below the first chunk... No, but see, it even got me, like, way over there. Oh, no. And that's the problem with getting into the tailspin near the volcanoes, is that by the time you have any chance of getting out of it, you've likely been hit by, like, 5 more of them. Alright, let's see what people are saying here. Dragon Spirit NES port is way better in that regard. I always get Dragon Spirit and King's Knight mixed up. King's Knight is not a great shmup. These icebergs definitely don't look anything like in the original. Unless maybe based on the DX version. Yeah, so Sky Kid is a game I didn't know too much about until I hit it on the NES shelf here. And yeah, crazy game. But yeah, Dragon Spirit was a pretty good shmup. It's funny, is you have to get like you have to beat the first level. If you die in the first level, then you play like an easy mode that doesn't have all the stages. But if you beat the first level without dying, then you actually get like the true mode. Okay, let's see. I need to see, this is the part I need to consistently learn how to beat, and I thought I had learned it, but I guess not. So like we got the blue girls coming up, and I'm gonna let the first chunks blow. But see that time it was like a nice low one. See, sometimes you just get lucky. You just have to get lucky with the eruptions. I hate that that element of randomness to it. Where if it shoots all the way to the top of the screen, it's like, how do you even dodge that? See, this is a situation where it's kind of good to just stay in front, and those guys can't hit you. I think there's still 2 more volcanoes coming up, or is that it? Oof. Oh, okay, that's it. It's always funny getting hit right at the end there. We start out as SpongeBob, but we end up as Plankton, says Trucy, or Patrick. I thought we all became Squidward as time went on. No runway, that would be scary, Joseph. Yeah, so get ready for level 26 should we get there. Someone's major is philosophy, says Big Phil. You hate the flashing, Daniel. Yeah, sorry about that. You know, just a part of your classic NES experience, I guess, before Pikachu and Porygon showed us all just how dangerous that can be. See? If anyone wants to share their strategy for getting by the volcanoes consistently, I'd love to hear it. And again, they don't show up until level 20, so you really have no good chance to practice them. Like, I don't know if they I don't see like a good consistent opening to sneak by. Okay. We got 2 lives, but in less than 10,000 points, we'll have a 3rd one. There should be lots more volcanoes coming. But yeah, once we beat level 21, it's kind of smooth sailing until 25. Oh god, look at all these planes coming. Whoa! Again, just the planes that come from behind. Like, you can't shoot backwards. So it's just, like, so unfair. Like, I can't think of any other shmup where so many enemies come from behind you, and yet this is, like, one of the most... Like, you're so slow, you're so weak shmups I've played. And it feels like it sets everything against you. But again, you can see how, like, the earlier levels, like, weren't as bad. So maybe that's the trick. I saw that ball coming right at me, and I flipped the instant I saw it. I should be doing that more often then. Okay, maybe we have consistently found a way to get by the volcanoes. I think there's like one more volcano, but it's a single one. And the single one is so much easier because at least if you get into the tailspin, you're not running into the chunks of the second volcano. Okay, maybe we've consistently found a way to beat that now. The thing is, though, if you accidentally spin and you don't have to, then the next shot's definitely going to hit the top of the screen. So it's kind of scary. But okay, okay. See? Okay, there's the single one. And I think that's it. I think we're done the level. There you go. Whew! What'd I say? I think it's really cool how an NES game has gameplay before the title screen. Can't think of many others that can claim that. Yeah, exactly. A Dragon Spirit. Definitely an odd one in that regard. I thought I played an NES game recently where it kind of did a thing like that. Just looking over at the shelf. If I think about it, I'll definitely mention it. Oh, it's Squidward? What? Did I say like Squidward? Squidward? They did the SpongeBob Squidward pipeline. You worked fast food for a couple years in high school, you were so happy and naive, and now you're a truly miserable, isolated musician, says True Seed. Blue Max is going to be having flashbacks to that volcano forever. You can't simply rise above the rocks, you must carefully time through the eruptions, although you can continuously loop your way through the danger. See, the thing about looping is that it sends you backwards a little bit. And I find that if I just loop constantly, I end up kind of in the eruption more than I'm, passing through it. So the main thing you need to remember about level 22 is there's a couple of cliffs like this one that have enemies all on top of it, and they'll fire at you. But if you know they're coming, you can kind of eliminate them before it's too late. And that's why it's another case of, it's nice to be at the front of the screen. And again, like, 500 points. We'll be back up to 3 lives. 24 is another target practice stage. So we really just had 22, 23, 25, and 26 to go. Again, like, the floating pyramids and stuff, like, it's so weird. There's that one up. But yeah, so there's, again, no volcanoes in 22 or 23, so compared to what we just dealt with, not as bad. There should be one more cliff coming up, though. Okay. I think we're just about at the end. Oh, not quite. There we go. Alright, 4 to go. You tell him, Afflicted. From a walkthrough you found, says Afflicted. Oh no! Alright. You've been losing tons of money from betting on the AI SpongeBob and Family Guy. When that SpongeBob thing first popped up, I saw some really funny moments, although it's weird. Like, when they would just kind of, like, glitch out for, like, a good couple minutes. I recorded some of those. It was kind of funny, but also very strange. Okay, so, level 23. I don't think there's anything overly threatening in level 23. I hate to say all these things about, oh, it's not that bad, and I'm gonna, like, die in 2 seconds. Oh, no! What even hit me there? So again, the next one up is at 40,000. Can I parlay, Big Phil? Oh, you want to bet on Sky Kid? Oh, I really appreciate that, Afflicted. Thank you. It's just practice. It means I've probably played too many video games, if anything. But thank you. All right, it's blimp time, I guess. Again, I don't have the bomb anyway, so it's gonna kind of hang out here because he only shoots at the diagonal. All right. I got another bomb, but you have to go down to the bottom of the screen. It's not worth it. It's not worth the hit down there. So, like, again, if I was a little more adventurous, we maybe could hit the 400,000. Like, in some of my runs, again, before I realized that being in the middle of the screen stopped those missile bomb plane guys from showing up, and you get 500 points each for defeating those guys, I would rack up over 400,000. But it's not worth having those guys showing up on screen and cluttering things and making explosions. No! 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 I should have kept flipping. I should have kept flipping. I was gonna try and proceed through. Yeah, those cliffs that push you like right up to the top are not fun. I forgot all about there was one coming up. Okay, so whoops. I called it though. I would say like 23 is not that bad, and then instantly die. Alright, so where was that cliff? Like, it's like here, right? Okay, see, like that wasn't that bad. I just kind of forgot it was there. Was that it too? Like, oh, it sucks dying right at the end of a level. But okay. 2 lives to beat 2 more levels, essentially. I think we all have our games. Metal Slug. With 1 life them all. Oh, nice. Nice. Afflicted, you actually shut them off in 5 minutes. No, I've really enjoyed, you know, having the mindset of trying to beat every game. Because, yeah, I mean, there's naturally some that, you know, in the past I tried and... You know, I didn't get too far into them because I'm like, you know, why bother? It's just okay. But you know, when you have the mindset to try and beat them all, it actually makes it a lot more fun, I've found. You know, when like a game is part of a greater goal in that sense. And I found that those games that maybe I would have turned off in the first few minutes actually ended up being fun and challenging, too. So, you know, it's not just like, oh, I'm forcing myself to play this game, but rather, I feel like it actually adds some enjoyment to it. Alright, again, points not all that important. I'm not going to be getting another one up anyway. So this level, a guy attacks you immediately from behind, and you need to get up to the top really fast because Thundercats are coming. But again, if I'm not in... No. Okay. Okay, over the Thundercat. Okay. Get to the far left. Okay. Alright. More Thundercats. Sorry about your eyes. And again, so this level has Thundercats. I believe it has volcanoes as well. And I've only been to 25 a few times, and only been to 26 like once. Oh no, I forgot about there being a cliff with dudes on it. Ah. Again, that's just the problem with the game like this is, you know, you don't get to the later stages too often, then you don't really know all the tricks about them. And a game like this, knowledge is very much power, so I should have been more on this level and taken out all those guys like I did in level 22. Because that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, they're all up there and they shoot at you. Like, see, look at this. Not an issue now because they're dead. But when they're there, it kind of sucks. Alright, where's the volcanoes? Coming up, maybe? Okay, well, it's a single volcano. Not a big deal. I think there's worse than that coming, though. Someday, maybe? You can't... Oh, here, okay. Now, see, look at the planes coming from behind, too. It's just like, here, I hope you enjoy everything trying to kill you at once. Oh, more volcanoes. And that's the end of the level. Okay, and then there was one more level after that. So yeah, that's Sky Kid. We did all of that, and now we have to do it all over again. How long did that take? It took about 50 freaking minutes just to die and have to do it again. But yeah, it's... The flashing kind of prepares you for the disorientation of combat, right? Like, it's worse that it starts flashing and just makes it even more difficult. R.I.P. Rixor, right? Screen flashing is rough. I mean, I've said that, you know, you get a headache if you play this game for too long, for sure. But Big Phil, thank you as well again for your membership in the last stream. I really appreciate that. Hope everyone's enjoying the stuff. And it means a lot to have your support, too. But okay, here we go. Back to... No, I'm not doing this run. Forget that. I want my 10,000 points in level 1. So this is what happens if you don't take off. If I don't hold up and right at the beginning of the level, this is what happens. You just go right into the tree. So you gotta always be paying attention. back over here so I can see the chat. F to the Wii U and 3DS. I know, right? It's sad to think that that's not there anymore. Can't play those games online. But of course there's Pretendo, which people keep mentioning. I said that, so just watch. Nintendo will like come back and release a Wii U update just to block that or something. Even though there's no reason to anymore. But just for whatever reason they'll probably do that. There we go. So maybe we should try and get more of the buildings this time. I won't be such a coward. Let's actually try and get 400,000 points, and that would be another one up. But if you lose a life trying to earn a life, then it's kind of counterproductive. Using the Google machine afflicted. Is Porygon your pilot? So I've watched the entire, Kanto series of Pokemon in Japanese. And that includes the Porygon episode, it includes the beach episode, it includes the Tauros gun episode. I didn't think the Porygon episode was that big of a deal. But, I guess, to each their own. But yeah, like this, the flashing in this game, I can imagine, probably is worse than anything that was in the Porygon episode. So, again, I apologize. Maybe I should be playing it on the NES Classic so we can get that blur effect going on. That's weird. Or maybe I should just, like, turn up the, darken the colors. Wii Virtual Console style. If you thought everything was ugly and washed out before, just wait till I do that. Oh! Again, like, no, okay. Alright, we're starting this run over too. It's like, you take the bomb, you want to hit the aircraft carrier with it, but it's not happening. Do you have the rest of the games? Oh, do I own the rest of the games I have to beat? Yes! Because the ones well, technically. Stadium Events is one I don't own. But it's technically also the same as World Class Track Meet. So, I don't think there would be any need to play those twice anyway. But yeah, so it's Stadium Events, Panic Restaurant, Flintstones 2, and Little Samson that I don't have. And yeah, so the main three of those Taito games, for whatever reason, Taito's later NES games, they must have released like 5 copies of each one. Or it's a case where they've just all been hoarded at this point. There's actually tons of them out there, but some guy has a basement full of like 500 copies of it. And yeah, the prices are just kind of going up and up and up and up on those. And, people have asked me what my plans are when it really comes down to it. It's like, maybe we'll just play them on the flash cart? Or if anyone wants to send one to my P.O. box, get in touch. I won't say no to that. No one resists the seizure procedure. Super Tom, welcome. Hope you're having a great night. I know, right? Again, just back then, just no one thought of anything. Another one of my favorite moments is like in Mega Man, when you're going through Wily's castle, if you beat a boss, the screen just flashes black and white for like a good 10 seconds. And as a kid, I would sit like a foot away from the TV and just take that all in. But again, probably not the healthiest thing to do. In the dark too. There was a month when I was a kid where for whatever reason I beat Mega Man 2 every single day. I just loved Mega Man 2 so much. I've always thought that if I was going to get into speedrunning, Mega Man 2 would be a cool game to do. There's like glitchless categories, right? I'm not I feel like it'd be really hard to practice glitches and do them consistently, which is a big part of speedrunning naturally. But maybe like oh shoot, I'm so far in the front I missed the boat. So I'm just carrying this bomb to the end now. So if you want to know what happens if you never actually fire the bomb, or drop the bomb, it drops automatically. Like I did not press B there, it just kind of drops it for you. So I guess you don't blow up the runway or something, but there you go. When you complete your collection, will you feel satisfied and sell the whole thing, Trucy? I thought that'd be funny, right? Maybe like sign each game or something, and you could like everyone could own one of the cartridges that I beat on my adventure to clear the whole NES library. That'd be kind of interesting. And then move on to Super Nintendo and then sell that library when I was done or something. Wouldn't that be funny? That'd be one way to do it. But no, there's no concrete plan like that at this time. Oh no, I said I was going to grab more of the bombs and do more of the fancy stuff. Try and get more points. Let's just focus on not dying too. That's always a good thing to do. Well, I beat Granddad 7. We should. Can you beat Granddad 7? Like most bootleg games, does it actually have like a proper ending? Don't die there. I'm Cacho 2.0? Do I want to be that? Let's skip you to the top spot because I like you, but oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Afflicted, if you never watched, I highly recommend it. Times a million power. Oh, of course, Game Center CX, yes. That's a classic series, and like they still make them sometimes too. It's crazy. What else we got here? So went to your local game store yesterday. They want $50 USD for regular Mario Bros, not Super Mario Bros, the one where you have to flip the turtles and beat them. Yeah, it's a black box game. It's a little obscure-ish. You wanna see a bad black box game? How about Donkey Kong Jr. Math? I think that game's a couple $100 these days. I think that's probably the most expensive black box game. We have another one coming up, Slalom, which I think was actually developed by Rare. Apparently that one's like a tough one too. I don't know really anything about that one. But yeah, see, as you continue to play this game, like I can already feel, you know, it weighs on you a little bit. I hadn't played it all day, prepping myself for the stream, wanted to come in fresh. But already, second run, it's like, ugh, you can feel it. You can feel you're not as in peak prime condition as the first one. No, that's so true, True Seed. Like, if you sell a collection, what's best to do? Like, you know, probably sell as like a whole bulk thing, right? Then you're probably not going to get its true value, too. Lots to consider, for sure, if someone goes down that route. A lot of NES games these days are actually dropping a bit in price, too. They had risen in the early 2020s. But NES and Super NES seem to be losing, you know, interest a little bit as people focus more on N64 and the GameCube. That's kind of the generation we're at right now, where people are trying to buy up all those games. I'm curious when the Wii and the Wii U will really kind of hit their stride. You know, when everyone tries to collect for those. The Wii, there's just so many games, and you know, there were so many of them sold. I wonder if it will ever really get that expensive, but the day is coming, I tell you, when the Wii U is going to be super sought after, and prices are going to shoot up like 200, 300% on a lot of the games. So collect now, if that's something you have any interest in. Okay, level 5. What's the big deal with level 5? Seems to be going okay. And the buildings are scary because it's like one hit above those things and you're toast. Alright, that should be it. Stack up? Oh, stack up, of course, yes. Of course, trying to get the pieces for that, too. I'll admit I don't have the, like, big box NES stack up. I don't have the original NES pieces. I bought myself a Japanese Famicom boxed copy of it. It's like I have the NES cartridge, but when it comes to the pieces and the actual blocks or, like, the circle things that he picks up, I have the Japanese ones for that. So if we play it on stream, you'll see that it has the red and white hands instead of the gray hands like it should have for the North American version. But it all works just the same. Yeah, I'd always would have hoped to have gotten like an actual NA copy of it in the box, but that is what it is. One thing I do have though, which is really cool, is the big box Gyromites. Like, of course it came with the deluxe set, where it came with an average-sized NES box in there, NES game box, and the pieces were like, you know, in the styrofoam within the NES set. But then you have the separate big box version with like a plastic tray inside and the game not boxed. You know, the only box is like the big outer one. Oh, that was really lucky. Gyromite's almost killing me here. And that's probably one of the coolest NES things that I own. Okay, let's pay a little more attention to the what's going on here. Oh no! I think I had a silly death earlier on in the last run too, and like level 6. It might have actually been level 6. Whoa! I don't know what it is about this level. It's not a hard level. I never die in level 6. The trick is trying to find out what's going to be rare and expensive in the future, right? It's pretty much like playing the stock market. But you can see there how like the more that you take damage, the harder it is to recover from it as the level goes on. And one nice thing about this game is that there are actually like quite a few checkpoints. It would be really mean if it made you like play the whole level over again after one death. But like this level's not hard. Why do I always die in it today? I never have this problem. There we go. You only know a few hidden gems on the Wii. Colzilla. I know there's like Dokapon Kingdom's kind of an expensive game. There's the Fire Emblem game that's kind of already up there. But hidden gems is in like, you know, really good games that still haven't skyrocketed in price. Hackin' Quackin' and I were talking just yesterday about Heavenly Guardian, and we're surprised that game isn't more expensive yet. It's kind of like a Pocky and Rocky-ish game, and we all know what those go for on the Super Nintendo and the Game Boy Advance now. Pretty expensive. Yeah, level 7, once again, the level that introduces the snow, which is typically actually one of the easier level layouts, it seems. Like, we can grab this. There you go, 4 lives again. Oh, I hate losing one in silly ways. But we have a nice 20,000 points here, assuming we don't screw up. Oh, there's that bomb down there. First time seeing that, I think. Well, and are we gonna screw up? No, just barely grab that. Again, like, I can understand if you got points for doing that, but I don't think you get anything. That was beautiful, just beautiful. Oh, seizure time, everyone. Everyone should be wearing their eclipse glasses while we play this game. Oh yeah, so did anyone see the eclipse the other day? If you were in the line of that. You would not have expected Yokai Watch 3 to be one of the rarest 3DS games when you got it. It's up to 400 now, Rixor. There are a lot of DS and 3DS games that are starting to go way up. Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. People might know I love the Professor Layton series. Haven't had much reason to talk about it lately, or at least, you know, not before the newest one was released. It seemed like the series was kinda over and done with. It will be exciting to see what the new one's like when it comes out next year, I think. But yeah, Professor Layton and the Unwound Future, fantastic game. It used to be everywhere. They must have sold a bajillion copies of that game. It used to be at Walmart, brand new for like 20 bucks for years and years and years, even after it was released. And now it's like an $80 game used. It's crazy, despite the fact it shouldn't be rare at all. So yeah, there's a lot of DS and 3DS games going up. Of course, Metal Gear Solid 3D, that game's in like the hundreds now. Yeah, so get your hands on any 3DS and original DS stuff that you can. It seems to be on the way up. Alright, so this is the level that the missiles start showing up. See, like, you can't do anything when you have that missile. Like, they snipe you out of the air. Let me see, Christian. What do we got here? You blame Classic Game Room for pumping the prices of the Truxton and Raiden shmups. Yeah, there's definitely some YouTube channels out there where it seems like if they talk about a game, it skyrockets in price. My eyes, says Diego. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have a list of like the levels that those guys appear in. I personally don't have it memorized. I know 25 and 23, no 22. Otherwise, I just deal with them as they come. No Eclipse at your place, Diego. Are we going to install Pretendo? Am I going to install Pretendo? I saw that there's like a way to do it now, even without modding your Wii U. I don't plan on doing it right away. I think I'm all tired out of the Wii U at the moment. But maybe if like a few years down the line, we want to have a, like, what would we play on the Wii U? Like, you know, it was fun doing novelty things like Terraria and Minecraft. Most games have ways to play them on other platforms, like, you know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We played Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U when those servers came back up, and people were bored in like 5 minutes. It was like the limited number of courses that the Wii U version had. So like the Switch version is far superior. Like Splatoon, there's no real reason to go back and play like Splatoon 1 on the Wii U. Like, I don't think there's, like, is there really much reason to do Pretendo? You know, like Smash 4, like, I think people probably prefer Ultimate. Again, the only Wii U game that, like, didn't get a Switch equivalent was NES Remix. One game which I really would have liked to have seen a Switch version of. People thought maybe for the 40th Famicom anniversary, they would have done a port or something of that, but nope. No sign of that so far. Oof. Alright. Mario Kart, you like Mario Kart 8 over Deluxe? Like you like the Wii U one, Christian, more? Codename Steam Cheap, is that worth something now? You've been collecting black and white Game Boy games lately. Yeah, Game Boy games used to always be under the radar. No one was really buying Game Boy games. They were always pretty cheap. During the whole thing that happened the last few years, video game prices skyrocketing, even they couldn't really escape that, but they never really went like as crazy as some of the other consoles did. But yeah, I think there's some great stuff, great underrated stuff on the Game Boys. Game Boy Color. So collecting for that sounds really cool. We used to do the Game Boy grab bag videos. Definitely want to get back into those again. Now that I feel like the Wii U Online is shut down, you know, this is when it wasn't, but when it was kind of looming over us. It was always in the back of my mind, you know, we should be doing more streams for that, kind of, you know, getting what we can out of that before it shuts down. But now we can get back to playing, like, you know, Switch games online, Mario Party, Mario Kart. Again, want to do more Game Boy grab bag. So yeah, look forward to more stuff. And I appreciate everyone who's been enjoying the stuff thus far. Speaking of which, we're almost halfway through Sky Kid again. Would have been better if we didn't have a silly death in level 6. Maybe we can make up for it by not having a death in 14 this time? Or did I get by 14 unscathed last time? Maybe we had one death. Or maybe not. It's a good game though, says Hack and Quack. What else we got going on here? You bought all the Donkey Kong Land games, which are great, very good. Bonk's Adventure. Yeah, Bonk's Adventure on the Game Boy is like $40. Or at least last time I looked. Compared to the NES one, which is like over 1,000 now. Let me see. Pretendo Cole Angry, says Colezilla. Me versus... Oh, so that's the thing, Hackin' Quackin', is, you know, we talk about, as if the Wii U closed in 2 phases. We talk about, you know, the shops went down last year, and the online services went down this year. But really, you know, the Miiverse was kind of like a third phase of the Wii U shutting down as well. That happened years back, and that's sad. I enjoyed, even though I was never much of a poster on the Miiverse, I was an enjoyer of Miiverse shenanigans. And when there was just nothing else to do, I was like super bored, I would, you know, boot up the Miiverse and just see what hilarious things people were saying. And sometimes you'd get some pretty good laughs out of the stuff going on the Miiverse. Still can't believe Nintendo ever did that for the company that was like super afraid of kids meeting strangers online or whatever. It's like, here kids, here's this like whole social media network you can go meet random strangers on. Enjoy. Kind of came out of nowhere. And we were talking too about how for the Wii U generation, you just had to add people's like username. And you could add them as friends, where for the Switch they went back to friend codes again. Like it's a weird change. Even the games that support Miiverse will work with their features. Oh, with Pretendo Hack and Quack, and that's awesome. The aforementioned Yokai Watch games for one, Pokemon as well, the Monster Hunters. Controls better. You think, really? You think the Wii U Mario Kart controls better? Interesting. I've really enjoyed Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I don't see how they ever make a sequel to Mario Kart now. I feel like Nintendo has really put themselves into a tough situation with a few franchises like Smash Brothers. How do you ever make a new Smash Brothers unless, you know, the next console comes out? And it's just like Smash Brothers Ultimate, where it comes with like all the DLC or something, but otherwise it's the same game. And the same with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Unless they do like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where it's just the same game with all the DLC unlocked. But like, you can't go back to Mario Kart now and have just like 32 courses again after on the Switch. You know, there's this game that has like 90 of them, 99 of them, 98. And you can't go back to having a Smash Brothers game that only has like 25 characters after having one that has like a billion. Okay, I don't want to deal with this guy. Forget this. I said I was going to be more adventurous in our destruction this time around, but I've chickened out. Somewhat predictably. Maybe next time. We got 5 lives though, but we're going into level 14. Everyone knows how I feel about that, considering I won't stop mentioning it. Nah, I'm not doing that. Like, you wouldn't even know I was holding the right button there. That's how slow I was moving. Alright. No, not right at the end. Don't do that to me. There's nothing worse than when you died and you see like the red girls and it's like, oh, I was so close. Only on Xbox did I have a lot of friends. Man, back in the day, I know people who had tons and tons of like Xbox 360 friends. Rick Soares, too young for Twitter when it was a thing, so you came at the perfect time. Recently found out that Donkey Kong Land 1 isn't a port of Donkey Kong Country, it's a direct sequel with new levels. So all of the Donkey Kong Land games are kind of their own thing. Like Donkey Kong Land 2, I think, takes place after Donkey Kong Country 2. And Cranky is like, oh, you sucked or something, so I hit all the coins again, go find them. And K. Rool's back. So all of the Donkey Kong Land games are their own thing, and the levels are... Like Donkey Kong Land 1 especially is very... not in any way related to the first Donkey Kong Country game, where Donkey Kong Land 2 and 3 kind of take inspiration from the Super Nintendo counterparts, but they all have completely new levels, and new stories too if you take time to crack open the manual. The games don't really make it clear that they're their own thing. Yeah, Donkey Kong Land 1 especially interesting for like the completely out there level themes that you get, like in the clouds and underwater ruins and stuff. I really like Donkey Kong Land 1. And Donkey Kong Land 3 actually had a Japanese exclusive color version. Well, yeah, it's crazy to think that all 3 Donkey Kong Land games in North America were black and white. They had like, you know, cool yellow cartridges, but they were all black and white games. Except Japan got a color exclusive version of the third one, which is kind of cool. But then, of course, the Game Boy Color also got the actual Donkey Kong Country port with the one new level, Necky Nutmare in the Last World, to take it up to 6 levels instead of 5. But yeah, so there was lots of Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy, interestingly enough. You know, taking this really advanced Super Nintendo game that everyone's jaw dropped and porting it to the freaking most basic console is kind of funny. Okay, but yeah, so 14. There's a part that I hate about 14. Let's concentrate on this. But yeah, I always love to see see more love for the Donkey Kong Land games. Not enough people talk about those guys. No. Yeah, that part always gets me. Ugh. You had like 3 friends on the Wii, and they never used it. I don't even think the Wii had like a real friends list. I think you had to like add friend codes individually for like each game, which was like super awkward. Yeah, see, no, not again, not again, not again. Like, see, I don't care if I get hit after the cliff. Okay, so like I always lose a life to that freaking cliff at the end of 14. Back down to 4 again. But yeah, so I forgot about that about the Wii, where it's like if you wanted to play Mario Kart with a friend, there was like a Mario Kart specific friend code I think you had to add. If you wanted to play Smash Brothers, there's like a Smash Brothers specific friend code. Where the Wii U was like, they finally got it right. I guess even technically the 3DS before that, where it was just like one global friend code. But yeah, Nintendo's had a real interesting time with online services. Also, close your eyes, everyone. Level 15 means eye pain. Alright, I blew up a factory for like the first time in like 10 levels. But, okay, so after 15, we should be okay for a little bit. Actually, yeah, that's right, level 16 I think I died last time. Even though there's no real reason to die on level 16. Yeah, now I'm remembering why I get a headache whenever I play this game. At least you guys can look away while it's happening. I have to, like, stare directly at the screen constantly. Oh, well, okay. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure Smash is going to have major roster cuts, right? Like, it's like they could never, you know, live up to what they did with Ultimate for sure. You haven't owned a console since the Wii days, and you never played it online. The only new console I have is the Switch. Otherwise, I haven't bought a console since PS3. You know, people talk about, like, you know, the next Sony console and the next Xbox console. And I was like, what? and you know, Christian, if he's, I think Christian's still in the chat. You know, he asked me, you know, what's my definition of, you know, modern and retro? And I said, to me, Xbox 360 is still modern. And he's like, it's like 20 years old now. But, you know, to me, it doesn't even feel like, you know, it's that far in the past. Or there's been that many, you know, Xbox consoles since. But I guess there has. I guess I just don't keep up enough with it. But to me, retro versus modern is more of a technical thing. I look at HD kind of, you know, where we move into the modern era. Where RF and, you know, AV and stuff, that's kind of more retro in my mind. The definition's going to vary for everyone. I'm not going to, like, you know, ban you from the chat if you disagree with my opinion of what's retro or not. But that's just kind of how I split them up. Which, you know, gives you an awkward situation where, like, the Wii is more retro than the Xbox 360. But I think, you know, when you consider the technology it was made with, it was older technology. So it's more of a retro console in that sense, where Xbox 360 is kind of more modern. Again, I could give my lame excuses all day. Point is, everyone's going to kind of have their own opinion in that regard. Again, that's just how I kind of divide it up. I can't see an HD console and call it retro. I can't. I don't care if 20 years have passed or 40 years have passed. I just can't do it. In my mind, I just can't do it. But okay, 17. And so I said something about dying on level 16. That was wrong. Must have meant a different level. Yes, of course 16 is the target level. So here's the funny thing about the target levels is you can actually die in them and you lose a life. So it's not just like an outright bonus game, but if you die in the target level, it actually counts as you get punished for it. 10,000 more points though. We'll level another one up, so you like to see that. And again, this level's like the one nice time you get like a nice black background, so it's a little easier on the eyes. But yeah, I am not going to complain when we're done with this game. And I don't have to look at the flashing or the bright background anymore. I love the NES though, and how far it came as a console as the years went on. And you see that with like the Super Nintendo and stuff as well. They introduced the FX chip to even get more out of it. You really used to see with retro consoles, games that came out in the beginning versus games that came out by the end, and just how much they advanced throughout. Or, I don't know, I've mentioned how I don't play, modern consoles as much. But I certainly wouldn't think this with the Switch. You certainly don't see, like, later Switch games looking better than earlier ones. Consoles just kind of seem to look the same all throughout. But, I'd like to hear other people's opinions on that, too. I feel like gaming graphic-wise, though, is kind of stuck in a rut. But again, maybe that's just because I don't play, like, the PS5 and whatever the newest Xbox console is. Okay. That's alright, I did die in 18 last time. That was what happened. I screwed up at the end of 18. So we'll try not to have that happen again. Let's see. Love reading the chat, though, everyone. Thank you so much for all your posts. Let me catch up on those for a sec. Been a PC gamer for a long time now, says Afflicted, but you don't even have time to game anyway. I mean, that totally happens, Afflicted. Hopefully you can find some time to do some gaming from now and then, though. Let's see. DK Land for Rare Thursdays, Daniel. I'm not even against it. Like, that's rare. I love Rareware Thursday. There's so much potential. People even brought up like Star Fox Adventures, a game I beat like way back. And the first two like areas were like, whoa, this is pretty interesting. And then the last two areas felt so rushed. I couldn't believe how quickly the game wrapped up. But yeah, I'd love to go back and revisit that some days. And people reminded me that it's actually a Rareware game, so we could do that. Donkey Kong 64. Again, I'm kind of bending the rules a little bit. We're gonna play the ukulele games because they're Rareware games essentially. The people from Rareware back in the day worked on them. So I think it's kind of fair to group them like that. No. Again, the same part, because you see what happened there. I kind of got stuck in the back. That's why flipping too much is really dangerous, because it sends you back on the screen a little bit. And when you do that, the bomb guys start showing up. And it's hard to then make your way back to the left again when you're constantly fighting the explosions from the bomb guys. Where, see, if I just been more in the front here, like, that's all you gotta do. But I screwed up again. And like, you tell yourself, okay, I won't make that mistake the next time. But by the time you get back here, it's like an hour later. You have a million other things you're thinking about. You like consoles, they're just really expensive. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's getting crazy, the prices for things. True Seed. People were saying that the internet was going to go out with the eclipse and stuff. You never know. We had a day last year where one of our major ISPs went down for like the whole day. In Canada, you have like Rogers and Bell, and those are like the two internet companies. The two mobile service, like just two main companies. That's it. And one of them went down. Was it last year? Maybe it was 2022 for a day. So no mobile, no internet service if you had it. And it was crazy, just people like freaking out, and suddenly you couldn't use your debit card at a whole bunch of places because those businesses were propped up by the internet and such. So it was really fascinating to see. A lot of people like really couldn't handle it. And just me, I was like, oh well. But yeah, this whole like reliance on digital stuff, it's like, have you not played Mega Man Battle Network? Those games are like case studies for why over-reliance on the internet. It's kind of concerning. And I don't just mean that on like a personal level, I mean that like an infrastructural level as well. Cranky bet DK and Diddy that they couldn't make a good game on a weaker system, so Cranky called K. Rool up. Exactly, right, Super Tom Brother? The stories for the Donkey Kong Land games are so absurd. Cranky Kong's great. I just love that. We see it with Banjo-Tooie as well. Like Rentilda in this tent telling your fortunes. It's like you're supposed to be beating her up, and then here she is just, giving your fortune or whatever. I mean, she did beat us up. What was it, like 150 times almost she beat us up? On our 363rd time, we finally got the cheat. Oh, Why we even spent all the time doing that, I'm still not sure. I mean, we had fun. But, but looking back, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well. Again, the fact that we were playing like Wheel of Fortune during a Banjo-Tooie stream is actually pretty cool. But yeah, we're back to level 20 again, everybody. Level 20 is a scary level. Let's see if we can get through here okay. Okay. So that guy's on a lower level now. We don't really have to worry about him as much. Right, where's the volcanoes? We're almost at 320,000. So that will be a 1-up. We can survive a little longer. But yeah, we're back into the serious part of the game now. Again, runs are like made or broken on level 20. Oh my gosh. Like, look at all these enemies coming from behind. There's nothing you can do about that. Again, I love despawning them though. That's great. The guy flips and you never see him again. Okay, so that's my trick I discovered. When the first chunk is coming at you, you flip. And, you have a chance if you do that. No! I should have flipped. I didn't think it was going to get me. Oh wow, there's... Do you have any perks for that? Oh, what did we say here? Rixor12, I had an overall list but only worked with WiiWare games and messaging people. Had Steam since it came out. You were in the beta test. Cool. I got it when the orange box came out, so I was a little late there. Oh, people are posting lots of great things. I'm way behind. I'm so sorry, everyone. Did 3D design back then. Now you work with audio. That's awesome, Colezilla. For me, N64 is modern because the game design expects most people to be able to beat every game. Yeah, that's amazing, Colezilla. Very, very cool. So Amiga ports of games that were actually impossible to beat due to programmers not bothering to finish making the game, says Super Tom Brother. Am I still calling a PS4 next gen? Honestly, Christian, it kind of feels like it in a way to me. PlayStation consoles usually had a big evolution from launch titles to end of life titles. Sony loves to crank Life of Black Tiger type titles. Crank out. Battle Network is a story about people being dependent on the internet. Exactly, Daniel. Everyone needs to play those games. The collection was excellent. You know, like 6 really good games. Plus, like, the multiple versions of the later ones. For the price of, like, one, you know, full-price game. I think it was a pretty good deal. Alright, so we're down to 3 lives. With a potential 4th one soon. I just cannot get through level 20 unscathed. Oh, that's the end. Wow. Someone recently did a Patrick Star Wallet dub, where Patrick represented Nintendo and how they refused to let you purchase retro games on the Switch. True Seed, you can't wait for I'm guessing you don't mean the NES game, you mean like society turning into Mad Max. I've heard other people say that too. We shall see. Get your gasoline tanks ready. Let me see the game. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Super Tom Brother, about the seizure lights. Hello, Ma KCC, welcome. What's good in the hood? How about Robin Hood on the NES? And that game's not the best. Wow, okay, so I've gotten like a neat little strat now for getting by the volcanoes. Just need to not suck before I get to them. But that's the problem with this game. The second you think you have a strategy down, the game likes to make you think, nope. Okay. See how when you're in the top left corner, most of the time the bombs that get shot don't hit you. Except that one time. That was a really well-placed flip. Okay. I think it's when the blue girls show up. It means that the next volcano is coming. Okay. So the little volcano I don't think reaches the top. Only the right one. So if you can get by the right one and still stay at the top. Yeah. I think I've figured those guys out. But I hate to think that too much because that's when they'll get me. And we're still going. So there's this part of 21 where like there's a nice gap where nothing's happening, and you think the end's coming, but no, not even close. Alright, so here's where the last kind of set of really evil volcanoes is, I think. Oh, wait, no, that's that last single one. That one's not a problem. Are we done then? Oh, we are done. Okay, 3 lives going into 22. Hello, Lisa. Welcome. Hope you're having a nice night. Let me see. What's the chit chat going on here? Back in my day, we just made a portfolio and kicked the door down, Colezilla. Yeah, things must have been really different back then. But yeah, we're doing well here. Thank you. We're once again approaching the end game of Sky Kid. Is that what this is called? Yeah, Sky Kid. There's a moment where I said that. I was like, that doesn't sound right. There's a lot of NES games that have the word kid in the title. And I don't know about you, but it just... A game that has... Like, it just makes it sound wimpy. Like, man, this game. Like, why would I ever play this game? Like, what do we got? Let's see if we can name them all. We got Cowboy Kid, which is actually fairly decent. I think he depends as a, like, co-op multiplayer. It's like a top-down action-adventure style game where you go around and arrest Western criminals in almost like a Pocky and Rocky style gameplay, which is kind of cool, with some side-scrolling in there as well. You got Casino Kid 1 and 2. Casino Kid in Japan was released as like Hyakuman, like 1 million yen kid, I think. And it was a completely different game. It had like multiple casinos that you visit. It was much more involved, based on a manga series, I believe, Japanese exclusive manga series. Where it was very cut down for the North American release, but still not a bad game. Casino Kid 2 was North American, possibly PAL, but it definitely wasn't released in Japan, so like exclusive to over here. And once again, you're just kind of gambling people. What else we got? We got Kid Cool. I streamed that one. Vic Tokai's Mario ripoff, because they like to rip off games. We saw their Mega Man ripoff in the Cryon Conquest. There's Kid Nicky, which is like that game was kind of a nothing burger. And there's definitely some other ones too. Kid, oh, there's Karate Kid, of course. But yeah, I don't know. Whenever a game has Kid in the title, it's like, eh. Of course, if you're going to the Genesis, you get like Kid Chameleon. What do we got going on? Back on. This game gives you Master System and Atari 7800 and Coleco vibes. Yeah, very early NES game. Definitely not what you expect from like the later days. I guess that's why they felt the need to put like a grizzly man and bad guys bombing the Statue of Liberty on the cover. Says Vic Sword. Kid Icarus mod KCC, yes. Very good. Just bought Vegas Stakes for SNES recently, and it's a surprisingly good soundtrack. Metroid Kid, Super Mario Kids, Ninja Kid. Oh yeah, we streamed Ninja Kid too. That's another one that in Japan was like based on a manga or an anime or something. Had a sequel too. I have it on the Famicom. But okay, level 23. We are still like not even at 320,000. I always say 32,000. 320,000. I've been really wimpy this run. Not defeating like anything to get points. But it's kind of been working out. Yeah, we still need another 40,000 for a 1-up. Which would be nice. I like that you still get points from enemies if they run into you and explode. It still counts as like a hit. Alright. Like, yeah, if I could defeat like one of these guys, we could get 10,000 for that. You can't shoot them though, you gotta drop the bomb on them. It's just not worth the risk. It's like dragon coins in Super Mario World. Don't risk your life for one dragon coin that's only worth 1/5 of a life. Unless it's like a ROM hack that keeps track of if you've collected them all or something. But yeah, next level is the target shooting one. Ooh, forgot about this. Yeah, I think I died on that cliff last time, so that's an improvement. And that's the end. Okay. Yeah, Kid Nicky, Super Tom, Ninja Golf. How was there a volcano under LA in the movie Volcano? I've seen that movie. Actually, I had to watch it for geography class back in high school for some reason. And there's like lava in the subway. I think we're just not supposed to ask questions about that one. Remember, if I die in the target level, it still counts as a death. Okay. Okay. Oh, Booby Kids! The Famicom game, yes. That's a cool movie to watch in school. Yeah, for whatever reason, this geography teacher showed us like all the disaster movies. We watched Twister, we watched The Volcano, I think we watched The Day After Tomorrow. I had some cool, I've talked about my high school experiences, and some of the more traumatic ones, but also more of like, I had to have, you know, okay, this is not the time to talk about high school. I'd have the good teachers from time to time too, who would, show movies and stuff. Okay. Sorry about your eyes, everybody. Maybe I should have picked that up. Like, I really want the 1-up. From 320. Ooh, whoa, did you see that? So the last guy in that lineup was a horizontal bullet guy. Well, the other ones were diagonal, and the horizontal one almost got me. Okay, single volcano. I forget how the rest of this level works. Is there another volcano coming? Should I be in volcano position up here? Again, I haven't played 25 enough to have everything memorized like I have the rest of the game. Oh, that's right. This is... Okay. I have figured out how to get by the volcanoes. That's amazing. Although there might be another set coming now, actually. Yes. Okay. I spoke too soon. See, that's where we game overed last time. And this is because it's not just the volcanoes. They send planes from behind as well that you have to deal with while you're dealing with the volcanoes. And it's just such a bad combination. See, like, here's the planes. Should I try and get back there and defeat them? Okay. Like, the planes, just get out from behind me. Okay. We have beat level 25, everyone. We're in last level territory. Last level. I have every single Mario Party game. I even have Mario Party E. Oh, I need freaking like 3,000 more. 2,000 more for a 1-up. Alright, level 26, everyone. Let's go. I'm just gonna hide up here. So, the thing about level 26, no runway at the end. You must defeat the final enemy to win. We must go down and get the bomb. We must hang on to the bomb until the enemy shows up, and then we must defeat the enemy with it. Otherwise, we die. And it's not the first bomb that we have to pick up, it's the second one. So, okay, so the next bomb we have to pick up. Like, look at the freaking onslaught that they shoot at you. And it wouldn't be complete without a plane coming around behind to attack you. Problem is, I don't know where the bomb's gonna spawn. 200 points. Like, I think I have to defeat this guy. But, did I miss the bomb? I got the one up anyway. Oh, no, there it is. Like, there's no way. There's no way I can get down there and grab that. Okay, so that's the bomb I have to pick up. The problem is I need to remember, like, when it shows up, so I can get down there to grab it. Like, where is it? What if I just ran into him? No. Because I've noticed that sometimes if you, like, send yourself into him, into an enemy, like, it will defeat them, right? So I thought maybe if I just, like, you know, sacrifice myself into the top of that guy, I might win. But no. But it didn't give me an opportunity to pick up the bomb again. Unless that was, like, when he shows up that first time. So where's that bomb? Here? No. Oh, so see, like... But there was no bomb! It never gave me a chance to pick up the bomb again to defeat him! So, like, what? You get one chance? Was that worth the death, Christian? Well, obviously, it didn't give me a chance to pick the bomb up again anyway. So it's like if you get to the end, you're just soft-locked. They put the checkpoint after the bomb. Like, what? Game 8-2, oh my god. One chance, instant game over, Rixor. WTF is right. It's not Kamikaze Kid. But so you haven't seen this because in other runs I did. Like if you get shot down and you land on top of like the fort that's right there, you just saw it. Like you actually blow up part of the fort and you get the points for it too. So I thought maybe if you have an extra life, you can just send yourself into the thing. And like, you know, it would count as a kill. And since I had an extra life, maybe it would still count as like I beat the game. But okay, we've confirmed that theory. I had to know. But yeah, like it didn't give you the bomb anyway. This is all like the demo, by the way. Am I winning True Seed? Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so. We know what we're doing. We have to get to the last level. We have to, so we know when the bomb is coming up. The spaceship guy shows up the first time. But you can't do anything, but you don't, it doesn't give you a bomb. And then he disappears. And then you know that immediately after that, the bomb is coming. It's like friggin' almost inside of a tree. How you're supposed to pick that up, I don't know. And then you can't lose it. Otherwise, that's it. Your game is over. Just press the reset button. But I think I have you know, the levels figured out well enough that hopefully we can get back there consistently. But it doesn't matter how many lives you have if you get stuck at the end like that. You know that whenever you lose, it's just to stretch out the stream, but that's why we're here, so it's all good, True Seed. The fact that people don't mind watching this game, even though, you know, it's 26 levels, but be honest, they all kind of look exactly the same. It means a lot, so thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. Hope you're all doing well. Alright, time to turn that background dark, so I can give my eyes a slight rest. But man, just so that now you'll understand, like I've made it to that ending before, but you just think there's gonna, like, I'm doing it! And then there's just no runway at the end, and you die. Like, it's ridiculous. So, you know, to be fair, I think the game loops after that, right? I have experienced the entire game. I'm done this game, technically. Nah, but you gotta see the "you win, congratulations" screen, or else it doesn't count. And I always, it's so hard to get to that ship there without taking a hit first. But what if I told you that you could avoid every enemy fighter plane? What if I told you I needed the flashing screen to your advantage, True Seed? The trick to winning this game is to stare directly into the seizure screen, and it gives you superpowers. Andrew's trying to recreate the ending of Independence Day in Sky Kid. Oh man. Do I like Freedom Planet? I haven't played it, but it looks cool. I should play it. Maybe we need to come up with like Sonic Saturday. I'll play all the Sonic games. Oh god, that sounds like a bad idea. I've always thought of streaming Sonic 06 as someone who doesn't hate that game. Maybe I should stream the Xbox 360 version, since I beat it on PS3. They say the Xbox 360 version's better. I have tested out the Xbox 360 version since I own it. I did not notice a significant reduction in loading times or anything like that. So, you know, people saying it's better, it must be like a minimal difference. It still has the hilarious guy who you talk to, it loads for like 30 seconds, he says, "Jump through the rings," and then it loads for another 30 seconds. That will never not be funny. But alright everyone, give it up for level 3. I think we've seen this one a couple times. And this is our third run-ish. There was like one run that I kind of just sacrificed. You can't wait for James Cameron's Avatar 3, now it's underground. Is that his plan for the next one? You had water for the second one. You had like trees for the first one. This is the third one supposed to be in like a cave now? Consider yourself pretty good at retro games, but you'd never take this mess on, Coolzilla. I don't blame you. Oh, if 1943 was I love 1943. It's probably my favorite NES shmup. Even though, you know, I've played Gradius and Life Force and Gunnak and SCAT. Silver Surfer I really enjoyed too, but no, 1943, I mean, obviously it has some nostalgia to it as well. It's a game I grew up with. But that game's 24 levels, so actually 2 less than this game, and yet it's way better in every way. So definitely play 1943, don't play Sky Kid, and don't play 1942 either. That game is pretty shoddy. I mean, heck, at least this game has a better soundtrack than 1942. Okay. Yeah, I'm not getting like any bonus points this run. But as we've proven, lives don't matter, I guess. I mean, getting to level 26 they do, and then they don't really matter. Alright. Heyo, what's going on, the Golden Block? Oh, we're just having so much fun with Sky Kid. Thanks for stopping by. Give it up for day 3, says Hackin' Quackin'. It's only forever, not long at all. Labyrinth's your favorite album. Defender 2 is great, Ma KC. Yeah, not much to it, but it's a fun enough game. That game was called something different on the Famicom. It gets really confusing if you want to be like a Famicom and an NES collector. Sometimes finding out the differences between names. There's a few cases where a game that we got was actually the second installment in Japan. But they don't put the 2 on it here because, you know, we never got the first one. Goonies 2 is like an exception to that, where they kept the 2, even though we never got Goonies 1. Let's see, what games are like that? The Black Bass here is actually the Black Bass 2 in Japan. Fist of the North Star in North America is actually Fist of the North Star 2 in Japan, where there was 4 Famicom Fist of the North Star games with like another 2 or 3 on the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. But when we got it, they just called it the first one. What's another case that was like that? Shingen the Ruler. We got the second one when there was 2 in Japan. We got a few series like that. Again, Goonies 2 being the odd one where it's like they kept the 2 on it. I mean, I think that Goonies 1 was like in the Play Choice. That'd be a cool Play Choice game to get now that I think about it, since it never had like a real cartridge form. But yeah, weird stuff like that. Okie dokie. What's the company that did the 1942 port? Is that Micronix? Who also did Athena and Ikari Warriors? I think it was. 1942 has no... See what you did there. 1942 state-of-the-art high-resolution... Yes, Golden Block from the box. Played 1999, it's a good game. Is that like a new, more modern shooter? What else we got here in the comments? You like Afterburner as well as on Sega Master System. Afterburner was one of the toughest games I had to beat in the early days of this collection. You know, I was just kind of getting warmed up. I wasn't as used to all the different genres as I am now. Afterburner was a brutal game. It's like 24 stages in a genre I've never been good at. And no continues or anything like that. It took me a whole week. I was playing it on Christmas Day 2021. I got, you know, games for Christmas and stuff. It's like, nah, I'll be in the basement playing Afterburner. Gotta get this done. And I think I finally beat it on like December 29th. But yeah, it took me a good week of trying to beat Afterburner on the NES. That's what I get for playing the unlicensed games. No, I think I always die on level 6 for some reason. I think here. I think this is where I always die. There's just a lot of planes that come from the back in this level. And again, like, you're so slow and so weak that it's hard to do anything about them. I think that's it. Alright, we got through level 6 without a death. Finally. No, True Seed. I haven't beat Shingen the Ruler. I haven't. I said I was skipping that one because I didn't feel like playing another strategy game. I should find like a Shingen the Ruler expert out there and just get them to walk me through the game. I put it in, played it for a few minutes. I was like, I'm not in the mood to figure this out right now. That's the problem with strategy games. Like, I feel like the instruction manuals written by people who understand the game, they leave out a lot of details that, as someone who doesn't play many strategy games, would really like. Like, I have no clue what I'm doing. Like, how do I make money? What do I do with my money? Like, what's the best thing to do with all that money that you're making? At what point should I, like, do other things? It's like, oh, I don't know. Strategy games are so rough. Like, I understand that, you know, there's an appeal to them, and I get those who enjoy them. But they're not really for me. So it's definitely been one of the toughest genres to get through when playing all the NES games. Oh shoot, no! I always grab that one. Yeah, I forgot we're in level 7 now. Just kinda doing my own thing here. Yeah, so that's an easy target to hit. But we should grab this one too. Yeah, it's two easy bases to blow up in level 7. So it was silly of me to miss that first one. Second one's coming up. The next time you see like a snow thing like this. And that should be it. Actually, I think there's a seizure light coming up. Everyone, close your eyes. Aha, well your eyes are closed. I'm actually entering the Game Genie codes. Game Genie codes for this game. What could there be? Infinite lives. No damage. Like that's the big one. Just no damage. Oh, Stargate in America Defender 2. Yes, thank you, Rixor. Never been too sure why. But yeah, as someone who's been trying to collect Famicom games of games that never came out and were never localized on the NES, sometimes I look at titles and it's like, whoa, Stargate, I don't know that one. And then luckily I did my research. I'm like, oh, it's Defender 2. I definitely don't need to buy the Famicom copy of Defender 2. But yeah, Famicom is fascinating. I really like diving into that. And I certainly plan to play more Famicom games once I'm done with the NES. We played a bit of a Jajamaru Ninja-kun Great Galaxy Strategy or something like that. It's way back. I was kind of messing around with that one. That was a cool game. I definitely want to get back to beating that. Maybe you should look up a walkthrough before getting back there and dying again, Joseph. I mean, it seems clear enough. We need to pick up that bomb and just not lose it, which is tough to say. So the Golden Block, it's really interesting. Final Fantasy II, just how Mother, the Famicom original, was localized, except never officially released on the NES. Final Fantasy II also has an official translated version out there that you can, the prototype was found and dumped so you can go play it. But it was never released, so you can actually go play the official translation of Final Fantasy II on the NES if you wish, which is really neat. And of course, that leaves the third one too, which was never translated. There's probably a fan translation of it though. I have them both on the Famicom, so I'll probably check those out someday. Please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. Alright, I got the bomb. Where's the ship? There it is. I am shocked my accuracy in dropping the bomb on those guys. Ooh, double. I'm laying in a Value Village lobby wearing Apple Vision Pro. The stream is my whole reality, Trucy. When they open in the morning, I can use the bathroom. At least the music is good, Golden Block. It could be worse for sure. He's mortal after all. Oh, afflicted. Why? Because I said Shingen the Ruler. Yeah, strategy games are my one Achilles heel. Where I'll play them, but they just take so long. So we'll come back to Shingen the Ruler someday. But okay, here we go. The nice thing about the strategy games is that they typically have saving features, so you can save after each turn. So if you screw up something really royally bad, you can kind of just reload your save whenever. So that's been a saving grace for the Koei ones, for example. Where do I drop this again? Is this a boat one? Okay. There you go. Well, that was close. Think we got the end coming up now? No. No! Alright. If the Shingen the Ruler expert exists, I'd like to see that. Jump super high Game Genie code. Very useful for this game. Moon jump or something exactly, right? There's a few Game Genie codes, says the Golden Block. Are you going to play the Famicom Disk System, says Christian. So yeah, you linked me to a video about the first Famicom swear word or something. And he mentions how the Famicom Disk System was working fine the one day, and then when he goes to film the video the next, it's not working. Oh, I totally feel that. The Famicom Disk System will just stop working randomly at any time. Hey, look, it's the spaceship guy. But there's been no bomb, so it's just a tease, I guess. But that's totally my experience, Christian. Like, one day my Mario 2 disc is working and the next day it's not. And it's just like, ugh, I hate dealing with this. So that's why I have the flash cart now, with every single released Famicom Disk System game on it. Including the unlicensed ones, which from what I've seen can get pretty spicy. And yeah, so I could just, load them off of that. Plus the flash cart has the feature where it like will auto swap the side that the disc is on. There's some games that like every 5 freaking seconds it's like flip the side A, flip the side B. And I get, it's more of an authentic experience if you have to get up from your seat every time and change the side, but I personally just really enjoy the convenience of not having to do that. Plus, it's nerve-wracking too, having to flip the side of the disc. It's like, what if I press the button wrong, or I jolt the console? It's too much hassle. Famicom Disk System, as much as I want to love it, it's a nuisance. And again, collecting the games for it. I've bought games off eBay where it's like, this Famicom Disk System game works great, and then I'll buy it and just, nope, not in my console anyway. So yeah, I'm not going to collect much Famicom Disk System stuff. Unless I get like a really good deal or something. No. Okay. Scary Cliff. Hopefully that's it. Yes. Alright. Usually buy Famicom or Super Famicom versions of games if they're cheaper than the American versions. Super Tom Brother. I know, like, Hack and Quackin' does a crazy thing where, like, he uses the Retron 5, and it can, like, patch Japanese versions of games to play, like, in English, if there's an English patch for it. So that's fascinating, and yeah, definitely a cool thing you can do if the Japanese version is cheaper than the North American one. Like, my secret shame is that I actually don't own Mega Man 7 on the Super Nintendo. I've always played the Super Famicom version. I have Mega Man X3, I have Mega Man Soccer, but I just never got my hands on Mega Man 7. And I don't think that game has gone, like, significantly up in recent years. It was always floating around like a couple hundred, and I think it's still around there. But yeah, it's funny how rare and expensive Super Nintendo Mega Man games are. You figure they would have sold a ton of those. I guess people were just kind of sick of Mega Man by that point. Mega Man X, of course, being the main common one. Great game. Everyone kind of got their fill of that. Mega Man X2 is great too. I was never the biggest Mega Man X3 fan. No, just stay away. Just stay away from that. Okay, see? You try to get fancy and try to bomb it, and then it's just, nope. Okay. Kind of scary at the end there, but we did it. We got 14 coming up, though. 14's a scary level. AAOKIZ. So yeah, there's currently... Shoot more bullets. Yeah, there's a 3-bullet on-screen per time limit. That would be a really interesting cheat. just spam the screen with bullets. Drop the Bomb is a good song, and DDR also True Seed. DDR is very interesting. Shiren the Wanderer, Rixor. I know those games. I have no clue what I'm talking about. How did I get here, Afflicted? Back in my day, they just used to call it a friends. Chief Cola, Butterfly. Oh no! That's like the most classic DDR song ever. Whoa. Again, as someone who hasn't played much DDR, that's when a reference I get. Cola, I hope you're doing great. If you go way back to the beginning of the stream, you may be fascinated by what you see, by a certain starting soon screen. Curious what your opinion on that would be. But sup, Coral Cole, hope you're having a great night. Sorry, wow, I'm way behind. No! How am I so far back in the chat? No way! Oh my gosh, I scroll up a bit, and I guess it stops scrolling down after I do that. You guys have been so awesome chatting here tonight. I'm so sorry if I don't get back to like every single thing. Shmups are not the game where it's like I can look over at the chat too often. Always wanted to get an FDS. I don't really care if it works or not. Just want to get it as a collector's piece. No, they are neat in that regard. Always assumed by the land here. it is a funny sign. Oh, thank you, Afflicted. Hope you're having a great night. See a lot of Famicom games. Yeah, bundles because Famicom games are like still pretty cheap in Japan. There used to be a lot of 100 yen Famicom games, but now the average has become like 300 yen. Where the US dollar, I think today I read the news story where $1 US gets you 152 yen. That's like the weakest the yen has been since like 1990. So yeah, you could go over to Japan and just sweep out like the whole retro game section, which people have done. I read Japanese Twitter posts, I watch Japanese game hunting videos, and I see the way the prices have gone up. I see they're like, oh man, you know, they'll talk to like store people, they'll be like, yeah, some foreigner guy came in like yesterday and cleaned out half the section. So it's crazy what's going on. Of course there's a Canadian guy. Our dollar doesn't go as far. But I still really want to get back to Japan someday. Well, there's still something left. Because it doesn't feel like there's going to be much left for much longer. I see that's happening to Japan now, being what kind of happened around here about a decade ago, where NES games were still pretty common. You know, they were still pretty decently priced. And then just, you know, gradually they went up and up and up. And I kind of see Japan experiencing much like what we did, except a decade later. Except theirs is like foreignly influenced, which is crazy. Where it's like, you know, it's all the people from the West going over and buying up all the Famicom stuff. Then they bring it back here, and then like you said, you know, you'll see it on like Facebook Marketplace for like 2-3 times what they paid for it. Get up there! 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 Okay, we got up there. No, don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Whew! You think anyone could get into Star Tropics, or is it like Final Fantasy VII, where you mostly had to be there to go back to get into it? I mean, I'm not the person to ask that question. But I don't know. I still love Star Tropics. Everyone should play Star Tropics. NES Classic Edition has the Famicom Disk System BIOS in it. Oh, is that true, Super Tumbo? That's awesome. Mega Man 7 is 100 to 200 depending on where you go. That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I just got told that the Japanese games aren't valuable at all. That's a new one. Let's see. X3 didn't sell as well, actually, so it's late in the console life and def the rarest. Donkey Kong Land 2 CIV was your first real find in the wild. Nice, Chicha-mite. Welcome. Hope you're having a great night. I thought it was weird. You respond, oh, Christian. Yeah, see, I'm trying to catch up. You guys are all so amazing. Books Flight to Japan, Chief Cola. Nick Paul in Japan. In Japan, they don't normally collect old stuff. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, you know, as someone who did the homestay in Japan, I can vouch that their houses are much, much smaller. They do not have room, really, to collect retro like we do here. I mean, obviously, again, I did mine in Tokyo. Maybe if you're more out in the country, their houses are a bit bigger. But most Japanese game rooms I see, you know, in Japan, it's literally like game room, singular. Where it's not uncommon to see like people like game basements here. You know, they don't really have basements in Japan. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm just yapping. I'm not even paying attention to the game anymore. But yeah, again, I appreciate everyone kind of hanging on while I might reply to your comment a little bit late. See, again, well, all of you guys can look away from the screen while the seizure thing is going on. I have to stare directly at it. Alright, and that's the end. A store I went to today said they have a distributor to buy games from Japan just to sell them in the USA. That's ridiculous. Well, that's it. If you live in Japan, like, the ultimate side hustle is just to buy up cheap Japanese games and, like, sell them on eBay or something. You will make so much money. Coral Cola, I knew you'd like that. I had that commissioned. I thought I'd get fancy. I've been collecting the Pulse Line Famicom games. They're the Famicom equivalent to the Black Box game, Super Tom Brother. Yes. Although one cool thing is I have the version of Popeye that actually has the picture on it and not the Pulse Line. That version was only released like near the end and was a bit rarer. But yeah, the Pulse Line games are very cool. There's a lot of neat things when it comes to Famicom collecting. A lot of weird variants, a lot of oddities, competition stuff. Definitely a fascinating console. The blinking's interesting, Coral Cola. It's pretty rough. Oh, I've reached the bottom of the chat, everyone. Okay, good. If I missed your comment and you want me to respond to it, feel free to mash it in there again. Those are cliffs with plateaus. Yeah, very much a pain. Okay, so we are in level 17 now, which is pretty fascinating. Let's not take silly hits early on, as I'm doing right now. I'm in the back half, which means the missile guys. No! I'm not dying in level 17. Just get away from me! You plane behind me! Like, go away! You are so defenseless from behind! And yet everything in this freaking game spawns from behind. Like I've never played a game, a shmup, where so many enemies come from behind you. And yet this is like the worst freaking maneuverability game ever. Whoa. Oh, there's 26 levels, Coral Cola. But at the end of level 26, you have to beat the enemy. 17's your lucky number. Do not die. Well, you helped us out through that one then, Coral Cola. Thank you. Whew. What do the targets do again, Christian? You just get bonus points at the end, depending on how many you hit. So it never hurts to pick up some of those points. When you played Ice Climber, did you climb? I climbed all the mountains, yes. I don't think there was 40. I thought there was 30 something. But yes. I didn't buzz. I don't think that's what you do with that one, Super Tom Brother. I think it's just kind of a decoration. Where's Maverick and Iceman when you need them? Long level, Coral Cola. So 20. 20 is like the longest, worstest level. 18's pretty rough too. There's a part in this level that always trips me up. Because of these tall buildings. But we have 7 lives. That's a rare sight to see. Again, no, appreciate you all hanging out tonight. Sky Kid's like one of the more basic games we've played. Like, see, I can't stand that when you finally get behind them and then they flip back behind you again. Let's get out of here. Oh my gosh. I'm shocked that did not hit me. So I think the buildings are coming up one more time. And this is where I always take a freaking hit. Okay. There you go, 18 done. What do we got here? I think we have this game to thank for future shmups not having enemies come from behind, says Colzilla, maybe. 26 is an interesting number, right? Like, how did they choose that? It's cool to have a giant land here sign with so many hundreds of military putts. So here's the you want to talk about land here. What game was it? The Last Starfighter. It wasn't clear at all when I read the instruction manual, like where exactly you were supposed to land. Oh, honestly, I would play this over The Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter is rough. Still can't believe it's been like a year and a half since that stream, but you know, this game, I feel like it's doable. Let's see, what else we got to talk about here? Probably right. It's probably C tier, maybe a B tier game. Which game are you talking about, the Golden Block? Not this one. This game's probably like a C-ish. Maybe B is generous. Yeah, if we're talking about Sky Kid, I mean, I don't know, the seizure lights probably factor in a little too. Just, you know, the graphics. It's not the most appealing game to look at. People have mentioned it looks like something on the 2600 or like 7800 ColecoVision sort of thing. And this is we've talked before, and you know, let me see here. You know, Sakurai's brought it up in his videos when he talks about the Famicom and stuff, about how, you know, the Famicom. Let me land before I screw this up. Please. Oh, if I had died right at the end, I would have cried. You know, the Famicom came out in '83. And by the time the Famicom's really getting rolling in the West, it's like 86. You know, 86, 87. So companies bringing over games that were released really early on in the Famicom's life look so different from games that were like a little bit later. Like you have the NES releasing with Mario Bros on one hand, and you know, and then like, you know, more primitive games beside it. And you know, you have like this really big discrepancy. And this is definitely a case of that. I don't know. Oh, that's right. It's level 20. I'm just supposed to be at the front. Oh, shoot. Okay. Get into front corner position here. I need to concentrate. But yeah, it's funny seeing the discrepancy, because when the NES comes out, you know, companies bring over like a mix of newer stuff versus the stuff that came out in like 1984. And this is a case where this is probably like a really early Famicom game. I don't own the Famicom version of this because I figured the NES version was enough. Okay. It's not the most exciting doing it this way, but it seems to work. Okay, so there's another volcano come in. That's all you have to do. I figured out the trick for getting past the volcanoes. Except for that one time in the next level, where the planes come from behind at the same time. Now, how close are we to the end? I think there's one more set of volcanoes? Look at the freaking acrobatics that one plane is doing. Okay, yeah, well, I think there's one more set after this. Oh no, that's it. Huh. I've landed. Okay. What have I missed in the chat here? Oh, Silver Surfer was not bad, Coral Cola. I streamed that one too. Definitely check that out. Mega Man X3, they had a chip shortage. Daniel. Oh, because like the FX chip. Yeah, I think X2 and X3 use the FX chip, right? With some of its like crazy 3D wireframe things. Interesting. This is one of those Namco Evercade cartridges, but it's not compatible with the Evercade Versus system. Really? Why wouldn't it be compatible? Wolfenstein's fine. I play first-person shooters every now and then. Why did Japanese media in the 80s and 90s try use seizure effects so much? I mean, just with your limited graphics, I guess they figured, oh, this is like a cool thing we can do. And they just did not realize that some people would, like, you know, not respond well to it. Like, it wasn't until Pokemon that I think the idea behind it really changed. And the Porygon thing. Where, like I said, I've watched the Japanese, Conte series of Pokemon. And so there's the Porygon episode, and then it's like the next episode, there's like a big apology at the end, where she's like, sorry that we like murdered your eyes. We won't do it again. And I think that was like when the perception of the flashing lights really changed. And it was like a random trivia fact for a long time that, oh, did you know Pikachu's eyes flashed red in the OG Pokemon episode? So yeah, it's like late 90s is really kind of when the seizure light being a problem became more universally recognized. Where before then, it's just everyone's like, oh yeah, cool, flashing lights, why not? It's like disco or whatever. So I forget, what's coming up in level 21 now? So that's it, I have figured out how to get by the volcanoes. Oh my gosh. That's right, no, there's a second set. I am just the biggest frickin' mouth. Our first death. Right after I get so excited about volcanoes. 6 lives! Time to lose them all. See, I would say I should just not open my mouth, but then that wouldn't be a very interesting stream for all of you. See, like that's what you got. Like, there's definitely a little bit of randomness involved there, but... So this is how far I think I made it. So I made it to here. I think there's one more set? Where's the part where, like, the planes come from behind? That always messes me up. I think that's here. But yeah, level 21! We're getting close. You can see CocoNotShell, how long the levels get as the game goes on. The first level's so short, and it tricks you into thinking it's gonna be like this super short game. And then no, it just freaking, it hates you. Is that it? I thought there was a part of level 21 that messed me up a lot more than that. Maybe I'm thinking of another level. Maybe it's 25? Sky Kid, it is kind of fun. It just needs some improvement in a few areas for sure. My eye, says CocoNotShell. Pac-Man! Oh yeah, so that's why. It's a Namco game in Japan, right? You can get some bonus points from those signs, but we don't bother. And if it was, does flashing sort of... Yeah, right? It's weird, True Seed. Gotta catch 'em all! Yeah, in your eyes. You actually like Wolfenstein New Order and its direct sequel. Let it control you. The game is still going, Diego! Oh my gosh, we're almost back to 26. Oh, CX4 chip. Oh, okay, Afflicted, gotcha. Silver Surfer is coming soon on your channel, too. It was spun on your wheel. Oh, really, Chief CocoNotShell? Good luck. It's not as bad. Silver Surfer was not as bad as people say it is. The trick with Silver Surfer, like any shmup, is to get powered up and do not die. Do not lose those power-ups. Now, in a game like Sky Kid, there are no Oh, no, I forgot about that. Look at them just not even shooting at me. I forgot about that. Okay. But yeah, in a game like Sky Kid, where there are no power-ups, that rule doesn't really apply. I mean, you still don't want to die. But yeah, the trick with Silver Surfer is definitely to get powered up, to learn the level layouts, and then, yeah, just don't die. And yeah, I wish you good luck with that one. It has great music. I can tolerate a game a lot more if it has good music. This game's music is like okay, like considering it's an older NES game. Again, it's better than 1942's quote unquote soundtrack. So Maybe there's another cliff coming up, right? We've had one death so far. I don't know why I just said that. It's just begging for another one to happen. Is that the end? No. There's the end. Land here! Okay, okay. Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z made anime big in America. Yes. It really kind of opened the floodgates for sure. Namco approved its games to appear on Evercade handhelds, but they wanted more money to release it on a home console like the Versus system. Evercade refused to negotiate on that. Weird, Super Tom brother. The crying Coca-Cola. Let me see. Bang. The threat of death always makes for good entertainment, Coca-Cola. Rainbow Road on Mario Kart 64 also has some of that effect on you. Oh, I hate that track. So long and just nothing happens. The trick is don't touch anything in Silver Surfer. Yes. AVGN lied to us. If you can't trust a gaming YouTuber, who can you trust? Right? Like you said, it seems like it's doable. That features than Battletoads. Yeah, Battletoads is pretty rough. Definitely watch my 50-minute rant about Battletoads for anyone who hasn't. So wow, we're not even going to hit like 32,000 this time. I really slacked on the points, which means one less life. So I'm just trying to think ahead. I shouldn't be thinking ahead to 25. I know there was something that happens in 25 that I said I have to remember, but I don't remember. Like, I think in 25 there was a point where there was like a line of enemies that got me. And I was like, I need to remember to hit those before they shoot at you. 25 also has one of the worst level starts. With all of the flashing cats, so prepare your goggles for that. Call Radioactive Man and get your goggles ready. Alright, are we good here? I think 23. Oh, here. No! He got me! He got me! Like, the instant he spawned on screen, he got me. No, you don't want to lose a life in 23. We gotta keep those lives for, like, the last few levels here. If I can get some more points, though, from ships, maybe we can get the 320,000. Get that one up. It's the bonuses at the end of the level that really contribute to your score. Those are what, that really kind of make or break it. There you go. See, like, there was no reason whatsoever to die to that guy, but I just figured I would demonstrate what happens if you do. Be thorough and all that. And look, that's the end right there. Boy, I'm sure happy that happened. You finally get rid of the beat it game button? Super Tom Brother, we were talking about gaming in the Clinton years when I played Shadowgate, because the intro for that show is one of the tunes from Shadowgate for whatever reason. But alright, let's get 20,000 from this, and then maybe we will have a chance at that one up that I need after I lost that last one. And just don't die in the bonus game. There's no greater shame than dying in the bonus level. I say as I probably gonna get sandwiched there. Ooh, almost. Okay. Alright, 2 to go. Floating pyramid Coca-Cola, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. So So the trick at the beginning here is try and get to the top left corner as fast as you can, and just hang out up here until all of the cats have gone by. Don't worry about those planes coming from behind you. They can't hit you until now. And by this point, you can save yourself, because this is something you might not know. The cats are solid. If you touch the cat, it's the same as touching like any solid obstacle, and you can't defeat them, which is why you never see me attempting to do that. So you just need to stay as far away from them as possible. But okay. Now I forget how the rest of 25 goes. I haven't played this level much. So kind of gotta stay on our toes here and get lucky. Oh, yeah, this is that part I think I was thinking about. Okay, good. Single volcano, not a big deal. Oh, okay. Yeah, close your eyes, everybody. Just don't look while I play at level 25, I guess. Okay. Look at that lag. I noticed this game is actually pretty good in regards to slowdown. It doesn't slow down too much. But sometimes, you know, with the volcanoes, it just can't handle it. We are beating level 25 with 5 lives remaining, plus possibly a 6th life coming in. Oh, no way. No way. Alright, here we go, everyone. Here we go. You just want to see the end, Coldzilla. You and me both. My strat for this one? Hide in the corner. Seemed to work last time. Don't forget to also mash Alier in the corner, so any front enemies don't hit you. Doesn't hurt to stay a little back from the corner in case, you know, you need to dodge some bombs like that. So what did we say? What's our strat for this? Well, I should have picked up the bomb that was back there, but there's no way! Like, the bombs in this level are placed in the most ridiculous positions that it feels like you're just going to destroy yourself to ever try and go get them. And look at these guys! Like, again, you have to be in the front. So the bomb appears after we see a glimpse of the spaceship, right? That's how this works? It's okay, it's after the cliffs, I can save that. Look at that! It's like fireworks! Deadly fireworks. Here he is, here he is! Okay, so you go do your thing. And now the bomb is gonna show up like in the trees here? But look at these guys coming from behind. What? Why didn't it kill him? Why didn't it kill him? What? So what happens now? Like, can I ever get the bomb again? Like, I'm really confused. Wait a minute, the statue... Oh! Oh, we're back at the beginning! Oh, so if you go right to the end, it sends you all the way back. Where if you die to, like, the ship, then... So we do get another chance. I just have to make it all the way through the level again. So what did I do wrong? Maybe you have to be, like, perfectly centered? Oh, man. Like, it doesn't indicate that in any way, but... I guess it's what it wants. No, that never happens normally. All right, 4 lives, 4 lives. And we're back to the beginning of the level again, is what's happened here. No, don't lose lives in this way now. We hit that guy. We hit him. You all saw me hit him. See, like, it's just luck sometimes it feels like getting by that. Is this when the ship shows up the first time? No. There it is. Okay. I was afraid that the front guy was gonna flip, which is why I did that. And that means no bomb for the final guy. Because you've seen what happens sometimes. The guy will be underneath you and he'll flip up. Maybe if I kamikaze into the middle of the guy. No, it didn't work. Maybe you have to, like, wait to hit him until he's fully, like, on screen? No, that means oh shoot, I forgot! Because that means I'm not gonna... Oh, man. That's right, I forgot that if you die to him, you don't get your bomb back. Like, that's so silly. It's so silly that they would take you back, that they would place a checkpoint without the bomb. Like, right? Because I definitely want to get one more shot, so I will... No! Ah, we're done. We're done. What a dumb final level. What a dumb final level. Like, there's just no point then. There's just no, like, all the lives we brought too. I don't get why that one bomb I dropped on him didn't kill him. But this game is not hard. I have the game figured out. Like, I'm gonna die anyway, so I might as well just... Nope. You have to hit him dead center, of course. Of course. One more round, everybody! It's Sky Kid time. What is it? It's only 1 in the morning? That's like nothing. Like, I have it figured out. The whole game is done. Like, what a silly final level, though. The fact that the checkpoint is after the bomb, like, that's some top-tier jank. Like, it makes 0 sense why they would do that. There's no reason for that. To make you replay the whole level every time just to get one more chance at the bomb? Like, what? You hit its propeller, says Christian? Well, it should have at least taken out the propeller then. You called it though, Joseph. You called it. You were the one who said that I should go, like, look up a freaking walkthrough or something so I do it right. And I was like, no, you just dropped the bomb on him. But no, it has to be, like, dead center, apparently. Once you have this game figured out, though, it's not hard. It's not hard. I figured out the volcanoes. I figured out all the jank in every single nook and cranny here. It's just rough. What was my score last time? I wonder if I was close to a 1-up. Or maybe I did end up getting that 1-up. But okay, here we go. Here we go. Do I want the Game Genie code for level 20? I mean, that's like, you know... Honestly, that would be a disadvantage to me, because I usually have more than 3 lives at level 20. It's so hard to carry the bomb through this section, I find. There you go. I think that's my first time actually hitting that aircraft carrier. That's a good omen, everybody! Finally got it. Let's try and get every aircraft carrier this time. This needs an Atari port, Ma KCC. Top Tier Jank is a great name for a YouTube channel about crappy games that have some good parts, says Chichamite. Like, again, like, I like shmups. As far as shmups go, this game has potential. It's just, you know, it's an older game, so it has some primitive aspects to it. For sure. Here we go. Yeah, let's like rack up more points than we've ever racked up. Let's beat our high score. Let's do that. I want my winning run to be a high score run. How does that sound? So what are some of everyone else's favorite shmups? Doesn't have to be on the NES. You know, 1943 was always good. Toho always seems to creep into the conversation. I mean, think what you want about those games. They got great music and pretty good gameplay usually. You know, riding games are always fun. There's one called Reflex on PC. That's a cool one. It's on Steam and such. If you've never played that, you get like a shield that can reflect enemies' shots back at them to do damage. I've always really liked that shmup. Rekka! Yeah, Rekka Carnival 92. There's Over Horizon as well on the Famicom, and I think it got a PAL release as well. Made by Hot B, who made the Blue Marlin and a few other games. I bet that one's probably not too bad. You did some recon and you saw the place on the ship you're supposed to hit. We're going like full Star Wars here, everybody. I should just close my eyes and use the Force next time. Let me see. You mentioned PS3 earlier. The first Pixel Junk shooter game is great. Oh, yes. I remember hearing about those. Sky Kid. I dropped the bomb on you, Pink UFO. No, you didn't. Yeah, huh? No, yeah, huh? No. Raiden. Yeah, Raiden games are always cool. 1943 Kai 4. The PC Engine is excellent. As a huge fan of 1943 on the NES, that was actually my first PC Engine game. I got the Core Graphics 2. I imported that from Japan back when they were cheap. Because it was cheaper than getting a region converter thing for the TurboGrafx. And I bought 1943 Kai before the price got too out of hand. And that's an excellent shmup if you've never played that. 1943 Kai arcade game too is just a fun time. If you're a fan of the OG 1943. No, don't do that. Hit the corner of the freaking Pac-Man sign. It's fine. All those extra lives didn't do as much good last time anyway. But see, this is what I mean. You get like a fatigue the more you play a game like this. Where our last run was really good. I don't think we died until like level 21 or 22 or something. So I fear my ability to repeat that. But, we'll see. But maybe it's just the thing where, like, they place you... Maybe it's because where the bomb is like where the checkpoints are? That's a theory. 1940X. Have you played that one? Yes! That one's on, like, the Neo Geo, right? The person hit them, like, slightly off-center. It just has to be like center then. Gradius 5 on the PS2. Oh, you just reminded me of a PS2 game. So on the Sega CD, there's Sylphid. I liked that one. It's a fun shmup on the Sega CD. And then on the PS2, they got Sylphid the Lost Planet. That was the second PS2 game I ever bought. And then on Xbox 360, you get Project Sylphid, which is like an RPG from Square Enix or something. I don't know how it all ties in together. But yeah, Sylphid on Sega CD, and it was also on like some home computers and stuff as well, I think. I have a version for a computer, too. But yeah, check out Sylphid on Sega CD. I really like that one. Alright. Level 5. Again. Oh, can I get it? No. We were doing really well hitting all the aircraft carriers, actually. So I just missed that one. I know, aircraft carriers / fortresses. Like, that would have been an easy one to hit. What am I doing here? But our strategies for beating levels are pretty solid now. It's just a matter of getting lucky with the enemies. In certain situations. For anyone who likes shoot 'em ups, check out. Oh, cool. Oh, KCC on his streams. The man, if Neo had Capcom title, yeah, the Neo Geo, right? Yeah, Neo Geo's cool. I have the 4-slot arcade machine. It's a fun time. Can't go wrong with Puzzle Bobble or Bust-A-Move. I'll never understand the Bust-A-Move name. Why they thought Puzzle Bobble was like such a bad name, and why they thought Bust-A-Move was like such a good name. When I think Bust-A-Move, I don't think Puzzle Bobble. Oh, I got that. Well, we were doing really well hitting all the targets in this run, and it's kind of gone downhill since, but hopefully we can still make up for it. Yeah, see, like I could have hit that. But okay, so level 26, we gotta get the bomb, we gotta hit the guy right in the center. No excuses. Oh, that's scary. Okay. I've died at level 6 before, so that's actually an improvement. Score-wise, I think we're doing pretty well. Maybe we can even get like 400,000, get that life too. Don't forget to turn it to dark somehow. Turn them all into cats for some reason, and there you go. What was the Steam Shmup called again? Yeah, Reflex, yes. I really like that one. Great music, great graphics, great gameplay. One thing you can say about 1942, the music can't get grating if there's no music to begin with. Like, they think it's music, though. There's like those beeping sounds. I think the game honestly thought that would pass for a soundtrack. The only soundtrack during that game is to turn the music down and put your own music on. It's the only way you're gonna get through it. I think it's like 32 levels, right? Wow, long time since I beat that one. I look back at 1942 as the game that would make or break my adventure through all of the NES games. Because like if I had played 1942, one of the earliest games on my list, and I hadn't beat it on like my first try, there's the possibility that deep down I would have questioned if I could do it. I would have given up on it. But the fact that I so smoothly beat 1942, I think was a real confidence boost. And kind of carried me through. And then I beat Bayou Billy a few games later, and that was really when I realized, like, okay, I can do this. I forgot I was supposed to drop the bomb on that guy. But yeah, it's funny how, you know, like a few kind of different things could have changed all of it. Because I don't think 1942 has continues, right? I never game overed when I played it, so... But I don't think it does. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm giving it too much credit for how difficult it is. I know back in the day I played it and I didn't beat it, but maybe that was just because I couldn't stand the music. Alright, close your eyes. Hope everyone's watching this in a well-lit room. We should put that Wii warning screen before this stream. Reflex Coldzilla? It goes like way back. It's like a Japanese PC Dojin game or something like that. And then eventually it got ported to Steam. So you can find like the Japanese disc copy. But it's probably expensive these days. Alright, target time everybody. That means we're like 1/3 of the way through the game. Pretty exciting. Now, I don't want to get too comfortable looking over at the chat while the level hasn't ended yet. Hackin' quackin'! Great music, great graphics, great gameplay. That was just a Juffrix review. Oh no, hackin' quackin', oh no. I honestly thought it was an attempt on atmosphere like Metroid 2D's Cave Bleeps and Bloops. Maybe. Did you ever buy multi-cast retro game consoles? So I've done a video. Feel free to check it out on my channel somewhere. YouTube's search function is absolute trash these days. You try to search for something, you'll get like one result that's not even what you were looking for, and then it just like changes into the recommended for you section. It's ridiculous. But if you can somehow manage to find it, a couple of years back I did a video about my multi-cart collection. And before Christmas I also did a review of a multi-cart I picked up recently, the Arabian 1101. Oh, not the, it's actually spelled like Arbian. 1101, which is pretty funny. But yeah, so I have some multi-carts. Feel free to check out those videos about them. I always find NES multi-carts pretty fascinating. Alright, level 9, everybody. What's level 9? Is there anything difficult about this level? I think we're coming up to the end, right? Alright. Almost there. Thanks to everyone who's still sticking around. You're all MVPs here. You never got a 4K TV, still running on 1080p. Yeah, that's all I'm using. Heck, I'm playing this on an old CRT. I think I'm just gonna skip to 8K for your next TV. I mean, yeah. I'm not always concerned about being up to date on the graphics, as you might be able to tell. The latest quality features. Now see 50% more wrinkles or whatever on their faces. Must have been nice being on TV back in like the low definition days. Must have been a lot less work having to worry about makeup and stuff, because who was ever gonna see it on that old crusty film reel? But now it's like you really gotta plaster your face with that stuff, or people are gonna see that one crevice between your eyes and your whole career will be over. That's just how superficial we've become. But okay, let's put this in here. Where is the freaking thing? No, I hit the side! I'm losing my touch! You get like no bonus points for just kind of taking the side off a little bit. Ugh. Oh, I panicked. Thought I was gonna get hit by that guy. So I dropped the load! The Mother Load. Who remembers Mega Man Legends? The Mother Load. As a kid, we would laugh about that name back in the day. How immature we were. Good times. But okay, level 10 should be wrapping up shortly, hopefully. Yeah, we didn't get either target in this level. Slacking on the bonus points now, all of a sudden. After having such a good run for a while there. Andrew, you don't use arcade stick for your shmups. I was thinking of build your own sometime. Sauna parts. I do have 8-bit dough. No, I don't. So that's it. I realized during my Silver Surfer one, you really couldn't hear me press the button too much. And then I realized when I'm playing, my thumb doesn't even come off the button. It's a very like light tap. Like my thumb always stays in contact with the button. It's just a matter of like how much pressure I put on the button. So that's why you don't hear much. But I could do like a But like, yeah, I'd probably be worn out in like 5 minutes if I pressed the button like that. But I actually conserve a lot of energy this way, and it's working out really well. Like, you know, my left thumb hurts way more than my right one. I've mentioned before that the NES D-pad is kind of like a cheese grater on your thumb. The plastic is so hard, and the edges are so sharp, and the like imprints of the arrows on the D-pad, it just like grates the skin off your thumb. So yeah, the button pressing is not my problem, and I like the freedom that you have when you're not using turbo. Like, I can press A once to just shoot one bullet. Where what if I'm using turbo and I only want to shoot one bullet, but it shoots two by accident? My whole rhythm is destroyed. Now an enemy's gonna come and I'm gonna wish I had, you know, 2 bullets to shoot at that guy, but I already shot 2, which means I only have 1 more before those 2 disappear. Day is absolutely ruined. So yeah, I like, you know, just the OG buttons. Turbo, I feel, messes me up more than it helps. If that makes any sense. Yeah, the worst part of this game is when you go into the tailspin. And you have to press A and B at the same time. That's when it kind of gets a little more intense, the button pressing. Like you can probably hear me pressing it when I do that. But yeah, for the button shooting, it's just like, this is not so bad. Level 12 has like 40 billion enemies from behind. I thought I was above that guy. Okay. Let me see. Sanwa, Kozilla. Some sticks you can get. Cool. You don't really care about graphics for a while. There's really no... Yeah, again, you know, there's like the slight upgrades, like 4K to 8K from 1080p. I'm not seeing enough of a difference that I get too hyped about the technologies, but for those who enjoy it, that's cool. You know, we got the Sesame Street Countdown game, Super Tom Brother. Mostly because the Count was your favorite Sesame Street Muppet. Yeah, that was a fascinating game that you could play it like 2 different ways. NES Advantage is so iconic, but using it these days is so painful when comparing them to today's arcade sticks. So I'm not much of an arcade stick fan. I'm definitely a D-pad kind of guy. So I feel like if I used the arcade stick, all my skill would just like go out the window instantly. But I mean, you get used to it, right? I just have not, I mean, I've obviously played way more games with the D-pad, so that's why I'm better with it. Or I'm, you know, if you used arcade sticks more over the years, you're probably more used to it. Like, I mean, I could play, but I just would not be nearly as accurate, I don't think. The stick on the play choice is cool, like this little tiny stick. It's pretty easy to maneuver that thing. But like the big clunky arcade sticks, I'm usually have a little bit of trouble with making them do exactly what I want. But all right, let's see. Oh no, should I practice on this guy? No, I almost died last time I tried to bomb this guy. Get out of here, no one likes you. But maybe we should be practicing too. Alright, don't worry, next time we'll get it. I'll drop it on you, there you go. Multi-purpose bomb. That's what we're talking about. Should I pick it up again? I don't think we need to. Not you again. Like, why can't I destroy you with bullets? Bosses that only die to, like, one specific weapon are the worst bosses. Alright, level 13 down. So level 14 is, like, the first time that the game kind of shows its fangs. 8-bit though, arcade stick used Sanwa knockoff parts. That's pretty good. Cool, we got some arcade stick conversation going on. Who remembers the Arcade Shark from for the Nintendo 64? I had a friend who went on Video Arcade Top 10, and when he won, and he picked the ball out of the bonus bucket or whatever. That was what he won off of the wall, the Arcade Shark N64 arcade stick. And eventually he sold off a big chunk, pretty much all of his retro collection. And I bought some things from him. I got Dragon Warrior 3 from him, and I also got that Arcade Shark arcade stick. I was actually there the day he bought that copy of Dragon Warrior 3. We went to a flea market together one day, and he bought it for like $10 back then. And then by the time he sold it to me, it was probably only worth like 15, 20, so it hadn't gone up too much. He didn't, hang on to games for too long or play them too much sometimes. And over the years, I'd buy a few other games from him, like the Game Boy version of DuckTales, and even my NES copy of Deadly Towers came from him. We rode our bikes to GameStop one day when it was called EB Games here in Canada. Back when they sold NES games, I bought Dragon Warrior for like $5 or $10, and he bought Deadly Towers. And eventually I bought that from him. And I like Deadly Towers, so, make the jokes that you will about that, but, at the time, obviously I probably got the better deal with Dragon Warrior 1. But Deadly Towers fascinated me, and then years later when I finally played through the whole thing, I actually did quite enjoy it. It's a game you have to stick with. You get stronger as it goes on. You are not that weak the whole time. Thinking that, that you stay that weak would be like expecting that Link stays the same strength throughout the entirety of Legend of Zelda. But most people don't play for more than like 5 minutes, right? So they never know. They never know. Take that. What N64 games were there even to justify that, says Vixor. Yeah, there weren't too many. Here's the secret you have been waiting for. I am Nicholas Pickless, True Seed. Nicholas Pickless, give me game tips. What's the music video of the week? It's letter time. It's letter time. All right, here we go. All right. Shield your eyes, everyone. Hopefully you're wearing your Eclipse glasses. I like on Video Arcade Top 10. Like, it would be like, send in the answer to this question, you could win like a music CD. And the questions would always be the most generic, random things, like, what is Mario's green dinosaur sidekick? I remember one time, this has always stuck with me, so maybe it will feel good to finally get it off my chest. The question was, where in Paper Mario can you hear classic Super Mario music? And that's actually a really interesting question, way more interesting than some of the other questions that they had asked. I will let everyone in the chat enter their thoughts on what the answer to that question was. And you may be surprised. At least I was. Because it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I've been wanting to build something like a while, 2-player version so I can play. Oh, that's cool, Afflicted. You got a 25-inch CRT. Nice. Chapter intro, Rixor. See, lots of interesting answers. I'll tell you what my thought was, which no one has said it yet from what I see. And then I will tell you what the actual answer was momentarily. Let's not die in the bonus game. I can't live with that shame. I mean, you have to realize that I died once in the bonus game to even know that you lose an actual life. No one needs to know that. Yeah, I think we got perfect. That should be worth like an automatic 1-up. We got title screen, chapter intro. Waiting at the end of chapter intro screen. Pause screen. There's no pause music. Game over screen, the gameplay. True Seed. Throwing everything out there. It's got to be one of those, right? So my answer, I think, was very logical. My answer is, when you jump into that jar in Boo's Mansion, and you turn into, like, 8-bit Mario, it plays retro Mario music, right? So that totally should have been the answer. Does anyone else remember that? I don't think I didn't just make that up, right? Like, that is actually a thing in Paper Mario. I know it is. But that was my answer. That was not the answer, though. And, I mean, their answer actually makes more sense, and it was a feature of the game I wasn't aware of. Just let me... I will let everyone continue to share their thoughts until we beat level 17 here. That. I just jinxed it. We're never going to beat level 17 now. Okay. There's that Taj Mahal thing again. Does anyone else associate world landmarks with Buster Brothers? Does anyone else know what Buster Brothers is? I need to stream Buster Brothers someday. Excellent, excellent arcade game. And the PlayStation 1 port is phenomenal. The collection? Of course, the series known as Pang in other parts of the world. I personally like Buster Brothers more. There was Pang Adventures on like the more modern consoles. I know there was like a physical release of that. But okay. See how when that plane was under me, like, see, that's what I feared in that last run we did. That the plane would flip up and hit me while I was carrying that bomb to the final boss. It ended up being something that needed not to be worried about, but... Okay, You're confused about the question now, Afflicted. A place in Paper Mario 1 where you can hear classic Super Mario music. And when you turn into that 8-bit Mario, it plays like a, 1-1 theme, right? Does this game sound like Battletoads when you pause, Coldzilla? But I'll be back. Here's a fun trivia question. Super Mario Bros., how many in-game days does it take for Mario to save T, the princess? Okay, so the theme... In one of the Koopa Village houses, there's like a stereo you can go up to, and if you change the channel on it, you can hear the Super Mario World credits theme. That was their answer. Like, that was just so... Like, I didn't even know you could do that. But yeah, that's what they said. So that was the answer to that question. Like, that was the most involved Video and Arcade Top 10 mailing question I had ever heard. When usually it was just like the most generic, easy things. Okay, level 18. This level can trip us up a little bit sometimes, so let's not have that happen. It's when the buildings show up, I think, coming up here. I usually get thrown off. It's the worst when you do a flip and like you land inside an enemy. Oh, it got me. Got me. That's interesting. News to you, Coldzilla. Chapter intro if you wait a while. Yeah, I've heard about that since. I never knew about that back then. Stop it. Well, I just want this level to be done. I hate level 18. I hate level 18. This is not good. We don't want to waste a whole bunch of lives on level 18. Ugh. Just get up to the fronts and, like, don't worry about it. Like it's these enemies that come from behind that are the worst. You see, you try to flip back to defeat them. And then those bombs start showing up from the front. Like there, that wasn't that bad. And that should be the end. Alright, 4 lives. We still got 4. Ugh. We should get one more extra one somewhere along the way. Pause and take a break, regroup, says Coldzilla. No, you're not wrong. Oh. I don't want to say it, but, should this run not go well, I will take a break for a couple minutes. get another drink. Just running the old thumb under like the water for a good 30 seconds is nice too. It's on fire. And again, that's the left thumb, not even the shooting thumb. And I don't say that as a complaint, it's more of just explaining to you my current situation. I guess that's the one good thing about an arcade stick, is you don't have to worry about that. Level 19 is so short and simple, I love it. But then it all goes downhill with 20. The answer is 3 days. World 3 and... Oh, that's so... We were talking like way earlier, Golden Block, about the day and night levels. That's a great point. I love, like, when there's a day-night cycle, like in Super Mario Omega, because I know you've all played that. It starts out during the day, and then with World 4, the sun sets, and then by World 6, it's nighttime. I love when, like, it loops through times of day like that. I have figured out the volcanoes. You can get freaking lost. But yeah, once we hit level 20, it's all about sticking around in that corner. Hopefully we can get to that 320,000 to get one more extra life. Yeah, before I figured out this strategy, this level was like the worst. Now 18 was pretty bad. Like, oh, that one last city part of 18 I don't like. Alright, here comes more volcanoes. There we go. Ooh. Yeah, this is the worst when there's like a bridge and everything between the cliffs. Oh, here comes this guy. I think there's one more set of volcanoes. Oh no! Alright, 20 done. Pac-Man is either happy or surprised everyone made it this far, Super Tom Brother. But thanks again, the Golden Bug. That was a great question. Kind of implied that Mario saves the princess in one day. Yeah, right? I'll never understand in Vanilla Dome in Super Mario World. There's like the one level that has like stars, like it looks like it's outside all of a sudden. Like, how does that work? Don't you dare. See, the problem is that as I do this, I'm not getting any points to get that one up. Here, hello, Pac-Man. Okay. I think there's a couple more volcanoes coming up. There you go. So when that first eruption comes, you flip right before it hits you, and then you're good. See, just like that. I figured it out. Let it be written. In all future walkthroughs that Andrew did it. Oh man, I still need to make a video about that one glitch I found that completely breaks a certain game. Someday. I think the only volcano left is like a single one? Yeah. No one cares about you, stupid little volcano. And that's it. Alright. Tomorrow is Banjo-Tooie again. You can hardly wait for the next beating, Super Tom brother. I hope there's not much beating tomorrow. Tomorrow it's all underwater. The Vanilla Dome is full of crystals, so I mean, I guess that's what it's supposed to be. It always looked like outside to me, but I guess that makes some sense too. Or like a part of the cave that has like an opening to the outside where you can kind of see. That would imply that it turned nighttime. But yeah, otherwise, are there any like actual nighttime levels in Super Mario World? Like no, there's like Valley of Bowser 3, I think, also has that star effect. But that's another case where it's like inside, so yeah, I always imagined it as being like outside stars, but I guess it makes a lot more sense if it's like an inside effect. Very interesting. Alright, here we go. The plane's flying like right through that. Like, see that guy flip right into me? I'm standing back a bit because I remember there's a cliff coming up that I got hit by last time. Yeah, see, I remember that. Okay. Is that it? No. Definitely. There you go. Alright everyone, we're getting there. Ice the Bite, you got timed out! Welcome back then. Let me see. Just remember, dead center, says Colzilly, yes. Let's see here. Might be a fun video topic, actually. How many in-game days does it take Mario to save the princess in every Mario game? Should you make for dinner, everyone, Ma KCC? Boneless chicken thighs and taco meat. Chicken tacos it is. Chicken and taco meat tacos. I love tacos. Tacos will get my vote. Let me see what else we got here. You should get McDonald's for dinner. Yeah, can't go wrong with McDonald's every now and then. There's also Whopper Wednesday, assuming that it's still Wednesday where you are. So I think I died in 23 last time, and I made a big deal about it. I don't remember exactly what I died to, though. But yeah, after the next round of target practice, which is like the next level, you should have enough points for another one-up. Is that it? Is that the level? No, not quite. Uh-oh. Okay. Those cliffs scare me. Anytime I see that big, massive land, I get really freaked out. they are. All right, bonus time, and then 25, 26. My Discord server? You mean my super awesome RuneScape Discord server? That was like the weirdest idea to do as an April Fool's joke, considering I'm not sure what % of the server has ever played RuneScape. I know there's actually a few of us. But, yeah, I'm assuming a lot of the jokes went over most people's heads. Ah, that was scary. Okay. Alright, hopefully that's good for like 20,000 points. And then we'll have our extra life. 5 lives for the final 2 levels. Oh. Oh no, I'm still 5,000 short. Okay, we should get that. You get like 10 points like every second or so, so that makes up for it a little bit. No, 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 no. Don't do that. Don't you dare do that. Okay. I think there's a cliff coming up, right? I always forget about in this level. Yes. You can see all the explosions from the dudes I blew up on that thing. Now I think it's just a couple of volcanoes and we're done. Which normally volcanoes would scare me, but we seem to have got them down. Oh yeah, that's the little single guy. No one cares about that guy. Shield your eyes, everyone. Oh shoot, I always forget about the second set of volcanoes here. No! No. Okay. Right, I forget about that. Yeah, the second set where the guys come from behind, that's not my favorite. That's still like the one point of the game that I haven't quite got consistently down. Alright. A couple 100 points more. Okay, we did it. 26, everyone! 26! Redux! Bowser's Castle Redux, here we go. Thought my server got hacked afflicted. Oh, I'm shocked that nobody left the server. From what I could tell, we didn't lose any members that day. I kind of regretted it after I did it, because I'm like, oh, you know, the server's still kind of new. People might not understand that it's a joke or something like that. So, yeah, my bad. Don't worry, the joke will be much funnier next year. I promise. But here you go, 26. Okay, so the building part's done. Now we stay up here, just mash. There's like a big onslaught of bombs at one point. It's fine. So I noticed the cliff part coming up, and like sometimes I die there and sometimes I don't. Like, see, okay, so I need to hang back a bit before the cliff happens, and then move into it. Like, we need to keep multiple lives, because you know, we all know how the ending works by this point. See, yeah, you move back, and then it's like, if you get hit at the end there, it's fine. Okay. Okay. Is this when the ship shows up the first time? It's like around here, right? Okay. All right, everyone, you ready? Are you ready? Happy ending, everybody! Yes! Oh, look at that. I was like 2 points short of 400,000. Oh, man. Just to think we could have done that like an hour ago if I just hit the freaking center. Oh, no. It didn't even let me enjoy that for like an hour. You know, if I played the game for an hour, it should let me sit on the ending screen for an hour. I just want to get 400,000. There you go. It's done, everyone. You love happy endings, says Afflicted. GG Christian, thank you. Success Ma KCC Afflicted. You did it. Golden Block, yeah. Rixor 12, yes. Super Tom Brother, happy ending. Coldzilla, holy Moses. And you know, it says 27, but it's apparently the same thing again. Are the bad guys tossing you, Rixor? Who knows? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What a game. What a freaking game. Like, honestly, this is again one of those games that it kind of came around. Like, I was like, oh man, this game's really rough. Not going to be one of my higher up games, but you know, you learn it. You learn it. It's just so weird from every other shmup, because shmups are kind of defined. Actually, I might as well keep playing while I talk about this. Shmups are kind of defined by, you know, picking up power-ups and getting, you know, upgraded over time. Where this game is all about, you have everything you're going to be given at the very beginning. And it's just about learning the maneuvers, learning how the levels work and the mechanics work. And it all comes down to your skill. There's no power-ups to rely on. So, it's a fascinating contrast to other shmups we've played. But wow, am I happy to say I don't have to go through that again. Sky Kid, Road to 99. No, Golden Block, no! Don't say that. So here's the problem with games that loop. I mean, I feel kind of bad about turning them off. Because it's like, you know, you played that whole thing, right? It's like, what, now I'm just supposed to turn the game off after all that and it keeps going? Like, now I don't know what to do. I mean, the one thing that's for sure is that once I game over, the game is being turned off and it is not going back on for some time. Is there any difference in enemies? Do you notice any, like, increase in enemies during the second loop? Kinda looks the same, like this is just a big empty mess still. But man, to all of you who stuck around for, how long has this been? 3.5 hours of Sky Kid. Thank you. Thank you. You are awesome. And I really appreciate it. And it just means a lot to know that, you know, you want to hang out and play games and stuff. Even if the game is of questionable quality. Where again, it grew on me for sure. But just think, this game took longer than Silver Surfer. This game took longer to beat than Silver Surfer. So next time someone comes up to you, I'm sure it's a common thing, you're just on the street, someone's screaming about how difficult Silver Surfer it is, say, have you played Sky Kid? I don't think you have. And then all will be revealed. To be fair, this was pre-Gradius, right? Yeah, it's old for sure. Like, you know, for the time, it's fine. And that's the funniest thing about playing the NES games the way that I do, is that you get a wide range of everything, one after another. One day you're playing a game from like 1993, the next day you're playing a game from 1986, and you know, one day you're playing a shmup, and then you're playing a platformer, then you're playing a racing game, and then a sports game. I've thought about, if I started my NES adventure again, if I would do it alphabetical, or if I would just, you know, pick games off the shelf that caught my interest, and then stick with that game until I beat it. Like, I think if I ever play an entire library again, I don't know if I'll do it alphabetically. And as I said, after I beat the NES games, I definitely kind of just plan to play whatever I feel like a lot. You know, like, you know, a lot of Famicom, some PAL exclusives, homebrew for sure, but you know, also like some N64, more N64 stuff, and you know, some GameCube stuff, maybe some Xbox stuff. And in not any particular order, unless obviously, you know, it's like a series. We'll start with the first one. But yeah, now we're just kind of looping around, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because the game keeps going, and obviously I've proven I can just keep going myself. So. We should do a vote. We should do a vote. Do I turn it off? Should I keep playing? I'll set up a poll. I always forget how to add a poll to this thing. No. I didn't mean to add an extra option. There you go. I can exit that. There you go. There's a poll. Place your vote. Thank you, Christian. Join the Discord, right? Oh, look at that. It done. We got, okay. It done. Taking the lead. I want to see the whole results. All right, everyone's saying it done. We got Colezilla with the $5 super chat. Gradius who wanted to play Gradius. Oh, no. No, I streamed Life Force. If you wanna like a follow up to this. In fact, I've played a lot of shmups recently. Life Force, SCAT. I didn't stream Silkworm. That was another interesting one though. Saycross was another one that started with S. And look at what we still have coming up. We have Star Force coming up. We have Sky Shark is next. But who knows? Who knows if I'll stream that one or not? I don't think Sky Shark's supposed to be a hard one. Squoon is coming up. I'll probably stream that one. Stinger is coming up. So there's so many shmups that start with S. And yeah, tomorrow we'll be playing the good old Banjo-Tooie. If my thumb has recovered now, it'll be fine. It's amazing what like a good night's rest does for my thumbs. Like no matter how beat up they are, it feels like I just get like a good night's sleep. And when I say good night's sleep, I really mean like 4 hours of sleep. And then the next day they feel great again. But, alright, oh my gosh, oh no, the Keep Going! The Keep Going is taking over! But Colezilla, thank you so much again for the super chat. I don't know why it's not popping up on screen and being like, doo-doo-doo. But, I'm gonna scream at Streamlabs, I really am. This is unnecessary, this is ridiculous. Sky Shark afflicted. Oh no. Silent Service, Super Tom? Never again. I'm so sick of Silent Service. Interestingly made by Rare. But yeah, Silent Service is a weird one. Like, not too bad. Just a matter of figuring out how things work. Either way, great stream, Colezilla. Yeah, thank you. I think I'm done. I think we're over level 30 now. Like, I'm just gonna keep going. Like, I'm in the zone, so I could easily beat it 5 more times now, probably. Alright. What's the funniest way to die? What is a way we have? You know, I've never flown past the runway. My assumption is it probably looks like what happens at the end of level 26, where if you don't blow up the ship, you just keep kind of fall into the ocean sort of thing. That's my guess. So we're gonna fly past the runway, and then that will be it. But what a game! Sky Kid, not the worst, not the best, but not the worst. I would play this over 1942 any day. And I think that's about as good as a compliment as you're gonna get. Like, I'm just owning this game. You already did it, flying into the final boss. That's true, that's true. I'm not even looking at the screen. I'm just gonna mash A and see what happens. I'm not even looking anymore. Okay, well, now I gotta look a little bit. I heard that. It's funny when the pressure's off, you play like so much better too. Alright, man, how long is this level? Alright, here we go. My first time ever not hitting the runway. Ah, I was right. It does end like 26. Oh, no! And that's the game. Oh, like, we got 67. Oh, whoa, and the level still ends, though. It doesn't do that in level 26, though. That's funny. That if you go past the runway, it still counts as you beat the level. But I think that's where we're gonna wrap for tonight. I think we all need to get some rest. Crash into the woman? Yeah, because there's those, like, rights? Like, I don't know why they're there. Shooting them just turns them into cats, and I don't even think that gives you any points. Oh, you want to see this? There. I don't think we've ever seen that, so now you've seen it. What other funny things we got? These trucks, like, don't even shoot at you. They're pretty non-issue. Anything else funny to use our last 2 lives on? Like 32. What level is that even? Like level 7? It's right? It'd be like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, it's actually level 6. That makes sense. 26 plus 6 is 32. Duh! It's been like what? So it's been almost 4 hours. Cut me some slack. Okay, alright. Okay, here. Oh, I wanted to get the center. Alright, we're done. Night, Andrew. See you in the Discord. Yeah, that's right. After every stream, I usually hang out in the Discord for a bit. So go scream at me there about how horrible I am at video games. But okay, everyone. Have a great night, and thanks for joining for Sky Kid. And once again, thank you so much for the super chats. Coldzilla and Derek earlier really means a lot. Hope you have wonderful nights, and see you tomorrow for Banjo-Tooie.